FM and 1080 AM, The Fan.
You trying to say Jesus Christ can't hit a curveball?
Hi, friends. Welcome into the firm of Harris and Marang. Patrick Harris, yours truly here. To my left, per usual, that's Danny Marang over there. Casey Smith back up on the ones and twos, the whole fan band. Full show together. Although,
for an entire show.
The last full show together.
For a while.
For a while, correct?
Because when I'm gone for the next week plus, and then I get back, and you're here for 2 days?
3 TBD.
Yeah,
we're a little TBD on that. There's some moving parts that I'm checking with the fan bam on.
Because we got stuffs to do.
To do. Although I did realize another reason why Patrick can hate on city council is their vote is when I'm out of town.
Nice.
The big vote.
Well, let's see if they actually hold the vote on the 12th.
You think they push it? They probably do push it.
I think the amendments might cause that.
Oh, no way. Weird.
Weird how that works.
Hey, good news. Maybe bad news. We'll knock on the wood. There is a board behind me for those not watching on YouTube that says days since bad news. It is currently at 0. However,
there's literally a city council meeting going right now.
County meeting is going on right now. We will wait. We'll let that breathe. We'll probably get to that in the 11 o'clock hour just to let you know on that. But I have some serious stuff to get here, Danny. We are very big fans of the Eagle Raptor cam at Big Bear, correct?
Oh, do we have a baby eagle?
No, we have worse news.
Oh, no.
Worse?
Jackie, the beloved bald eagle known for appearing on Big Bear's Valley, Big Bear Eagle Nest cam is in critical condition after being rescued following an apparent altercation with 2 sub-adult eagles. She got jumped.
Oh.
I have checked the camera. The nest is empty.
They spun the block, huh?
I have checked the camera. The nest is empty. Quote,
Did they do the double back?
This is the Ojai Raptor Center where she is currently rehabilitating. There are some important tests that are awaiting. Initial blood work indicates that the eagle is experiencing severe anemia and inflammation affecting the kidneys. We are still working to determine the underlying cause, and additional blood work and diagnostic tests results are pending. It's still too early to predict the outcome. While Jackie's condition remains critical, and this is still a very serious care, she is alert and eating. And they have begun supportive treatment based on the information available.
Bro, they jumped Mama Eagle and put her in the hospital?
Without a doubt.
That's wild.
And Mama runs the block, you know.
Yeah.
That's Mama Jackie.
That's OG.
Everybody loves Mama Jackie. These sub-adult eagles, they're on the lam, man. They're on the lam because the neighborhoods.
They're out there flying around with orange jackets on.
Yeah, the neighborhood is on watch right now. Mm-hmm. They know that these guys are in some serious trouble.
All the snitches.
I know. This came across. So it's actually kind of benefited me a little bit. There's a subreddit that I follow called Pop Culture Chat. And about 80% of it is garbage.
But every now and then you get a little gem?
Every now and then I get to tell my kids that I know things about Tom Holland and Zendaya before they do.
Oh.
Which now, let's be real here, Patrick Harris does not fully care about Tom Holland and Zendaya's
no, you care about trolling your
personal
kids.
Life. But I do very much care about controlling my kids. And they care, so it's kind of fun to have that as well. Now, I do care about Tom Holland and Zendaya movies. I like their work. I think they're both good actors.
I saw the new Spider-Man. The pre-sales for it are about ready to break the record for what was the last one? Not Brand New Day's the new one.
No Way Home.
No Way Home. Yeah.
I still haven't seen that one.
It's the pre-sales are already at almost 400 million. I was like, damn.
I don't understand pre-sales. Pre-sale tickets?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Marvel still moves pretty heavy.
Numbies.
But this came across yesterday. Yesterday, shortly after our show was over, and I was terrified. It shook me, if I'm being honest. It shook me.
I'm looking at the cam right now. I rewinded to early this morning at about 6:30 a.m. Dad Hawk is posted up.
Oh,
he's lurking now.
Oh, he ain't happy. Daddy gonna whoop you.
Yeah, you put hands on mama, man. You can't do that.
You cannot put hands on mom.
No.
It kind of wrecked me a little bit, dude. I'm a little concerned about this.
You know, it's funny. Speaking of putting hands on, Tiff and I were at the gym this morning. And,
This can go many, many different ways, Daniel.
Oh no, trust me, it's gonna be great.
Easy ride, easy ride.
She can get a little physical. She'll love this. She was like kind of like play punching me, and this guy at the gym comes over and taps me on the shoulder. He's like, "Do you need help for domestic violence?"
Ooh, nice.
And she just started to laugh. And the guy that comes over is big dude, and it was just like it was perfect timing. But
How big? Like LeBron big or Sakanic big?
no,
or?
shorter than me, but arms the size of my head. Guy's just jacked beyond belief. But it was funny. He just kind of taps me and he's like, "Hey, are you having trouble with domestic violence?"
You're in a safe place.
Yeah, he was definitely he was smiling, having fun with it.
I did see a great one that was a me IRL, me in real life. And it was this woman, her and her partner were at the gym. And he kept like pretending he didn't know who she was and like flirting with her and being like kind of, hey, can I help you with that? And kind of being cheeky. And this random girl walked up to her and said, hey, I'm done. Are you about done? Let's get out of here.
Oh, trying to play the friend?
Yeah. And she goes, I did not need help, but girl, you a real one.
No, it was funny. Tiff looked at me. She goes, "You know why he came over here? Because you're living his dream right now."
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm like, I'm exactly where I want to be. I know what I'm signing up for. We don't kink shame here.
Try not to.
I like to get beat up a little bit.
I like to do the thing where me and my girl, every time we usually work out, there's no one in the gym, thankfully, because we live with a lot of old people in our apartment complex. But every single time that someone comes in, then I act like I don't know her. So every time that she approaches me or has something to say to me, I just act like she's a complete stranger. That really gets under her skin.
That's a good one.
My wife and I do not walk in these halls at all. Nope.
I endlessly rage bait, Tiff.
We are just, we rage bait our children with how much we enjoy each other.
Oh, don't get me wrong. We enjoy each other.
I mean in the sense of like, enjoy each
Oh
other.
yeah. oh, trust me. Every time the soon-to-be stepson, whenever I think he's getting a little too big for his britches, I hit him the other day.
You hit him, dude.
No,
violence is not the answer.
Hit him with.
Damn cool.
The
Freudian slip.
the German Shepherd is starting to love Dad, maybe a little too much. And I go, hey man, what hurts worse, that I stole your dog or that I stole your mom?
It's over!
And he just looks at me like,
The home run stroker.
Here's
"Daniel,
the
don't
situation.
you dare. You didn't steal my mom." And I came back later. I'm like, hey, it's funny. You said I didn't steal your mom, so I stole your dog, huh? And he was just like, So it's an endless amount of rage bait in the household. It's fun.
My 9-year-old goes, well, mom will just divorce you and leave you, and then it's over. And I hit him with the,
That's improbable, but not impossible.
Bleh. Bleh. Yeah, no, it's the household is an endless amount of rage bait. But the best is when Tiff and I gang up on the child. It's just so much fun.
oh, that's actually the only time that the wife and I argue.
Oh,
Is she'll be like killing the kids on something, just laying it down on them. And then I'm like, yeah, and this. And she goes, Patrick, that is inappropriate. It's like, come on.
no, it's we can pick up when like just when to step in and just continue. Like it'll be something completely fabricated.
I hope you all had a shitty day.
And just wait, what? Huh? No, you serious? And I'll look at him like, yeah, dude, she's dead serious. And we're both pretty good about not losing it, but every now and then we do. But you can just see the fear and the dread build up in his eyes, and we just live for that. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. I love it.
Oh, man. Rage baiting kids.
Just rage baiting in general is fun.
Well, and it's really funny because, like, I'm not a rage baiter. I know this is shocking news for everybody out there. I at least attempt not to be a rage baiter. But once my kids discovered the phrase rage bait, and I'm curious, like, Casey, your generation, any of you out there kind of younger than this old fuddy-duddy dad, is my kids brought the term to me, rage bait. Now, they said it, and they're like, you don't even know what that means. And I was like, well, I understand vocabulary. I think I can piece together what rage bait means. And now it was their worst mistake because now I just know that they think it's cool to do to other kids, and they do not think it's cool when their parents do it to them.
Have you guys seen the
And I use that, sorry to cut you off,
No.
I use that to teach them to stop rage baiting other kids. Because you're going to get hit.
Well, again, sometimes, you go too far, and that's how you figure it out.
Is my boomstick.
Have you guys seen the guy, him and his wife? They'll be out at a restaurant or any particular place. And he'll grab his phone, and be like, "What up, fam?"
I did see this guy.
So it's like, and he'll go on, "Hey, smash like and subscribe." He says it like really loud.
Smash like and subscribe.
Oh, he just goes for the full cringe, and you could see her just curl into the smallest ball. And I told Tiff one day, I'm like, "I'm gonna hit you with that." And it was last week or week before I started to do it, and she kind of like, "What are you doing?" I go, "What up?" She's like, "Don't you dare!" And I'm like, so I keep that in my back pocket, publicly embarrassing her just a little teeny tiny bit. Oh, she just wants to crawl out of her skin. So anytime I could play that card, because I don't care. Like public embarrassment, I do that every day. Like what are we talking about? I live in that world.
This texter telling me my wife will whisper something to me, and I love to respond, "No, I don't want to take my pants off."
See, I would go the other way. Yes, I will take my pants off. Just have that fun with it.
Fuck, and spit on that name.
Oh, Khalid, let's move on here. We got a great show for you today. It's a Thursday. We're having fun around here. We ain't going to see each other for a little bit. So let's try to be positive. It is 0 days since bad news. We will keep our eyes on the county council meeting going on right now. They are about to come to a vote. At least we hope so. We'll keep that in mind. We've got some Blazer stuff to get to in the Big Nooner along with the 11 o'clock hour. It is a 10 toes down Thursday. Let's have some fun with that. You can get those in. But let's start with a little college football, Danny. You and I have been trying to lean into college football. And while we wait for the county to inevitably do something stupid, we can have some fun with college football. Two new head coaches in the SEC that, for my money, are kind of winning media days. We'll start there. 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Network.
The Portland
10:17 here, Portland Sports Leader. Don't you forget it, baby. We are live from the shadows of a cooler, historic Fremont Bridge. 503-864-6326. That's the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. Per usual, it is a fan text line kind of day. You can jump in over on the YouTubes, smash that like and subscribe button. 1051 The Fan is the channel. Jump in the chat. Be nice to each other.
I have somebody at the event right now who
Okay.
said, I will keep you posted. It's going to happen while you're on air.
Okay, great, fantastic. We've carved out. I kind of tried to predict. I thought maybe hour number deuce would probably get us there in 11, and if anything,
They have
we
to
can-
grandstand for an hour and a half before
without
they
a
do
doubt, dude. Did you see the city council had a vote yesterday on something else? We can get to that later. I put it on the dock as an Oregon Live article, and I was
Called him daddy.
oh my god, dude, it's so embarrassing.
that. I mean,
Yeah.
we might as well.
Nope, not yet. The number is 1.
I guess technically it did happen yesterday.
Yes.
Technically it happened yesterday.
But that had nothing to do with the Blazers. That's just
days since.
that's days since Blazer bad news.
Okay.
Not days since Portland bad news,
Well,
bro.
I mean-
I'd just throw the board out the window.
Well, I meant with as it pertains to this.
Ah,
Because it was being done around the auspices of the Blazers.
Then we're gonna have to change it to a minute clock.
Right?
16 minutes.
Yeah. What is it? What's that movie with the kaijus? Pacific Rim. They
Yep.
got the countdown clock, and it just gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. It's like, yeah, that's kind of where we're at. It's very dumb. Not the movie, Portland.
SEC Media Days are going on right now as we try to ramp up for college football, which is going to be right around the corner. I mean, Danny, by the time you and I are back together, we're like full college football. And NFL's right behind that
Brother,
as well.
August 6th, isn't that the Hall of Fame game?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're right around the corner. SEC Media Days are happening this week. Big Ten Media Days will be next week. Obviously, we'll have a lot of coverage on that. You'll be out, but I'll carry the heavy lifting for Big Ten Media Day. But a fun story coming out of SEC Media Days. And I think, there's some interesting things about how, Kalen DeBoer and Nick Saban don't have the clout at Alabama and SEC Media Days anymore. And let's chase Lane Kiffin. And what does Kirby have to say? I found really fascinating 2 of the new hires in the SEC, and John Summerall and Will Stein. We'll start with Will Stein because we kind of talked about it the other day. Will Stein coming in from Kentucky and saying, if we win, it's going to be because of me. And it comes across very arrogant, but when you break it down, he's kind of like, look, man, I know what a big program is run like. Talking about his time at Oregon with Dan Lanning. I know how to recruit big time. Now, I know some people are a little on the fence sometimes about how Stein was specifically him as a recruiter in Oregon. But if you're going to walk into the biggest beat chest conference in the world, you might want to get up and beat chest.
Now we look at that schedule.
We looked at the schedule.
and you went 2.5 wins?
3?
I got 2, you got 3. I
Yeah.
was like,
And I think we were breaking it down to like, can you beat Shane Beamer? Like, you know me, man. And I heard somebody on Dirt and Spray a couple days ago. I can't remember who it was, but they were like, the coach on the hottest seat in the SEC, without a doubt, is Shane Beamer. Like, that guy's getting fired.
yes.
Because we went through his schedule too, and it was like,
Let's play the game quick. This is Kentucky's schedule. Youngstown State,
yes,
Yep.
Alabama,
no,
Nope.
A&M,
no,
South Alabama,
yes,
South Carolina.
No.
yes. I'm saying yes.
see,
I have to ride or die on this.
Okay.
I'm a ride or die with Lenoris on this.
Okay,
game.
LSU.
mine's not even Lenore. It's anti Shane Beamer.
There you go.
LSU, no,
Oklahoma,
no,
Vandy,
no,
Tennessee,
no,
Florida,
no,
Missouri,
no.
Louisville.
I think they beat Missouri.
So you got to 3. You got to 3.
I'm at 4.5. Honestly,
I'm at 4.5 here. Too.
Yeah, I might be at 4.5, but that ain't great.
Like, if I win, how many games, Will? What do you mean?
Well, without me, it'd be 2.
And by the way, Tennessee at Tennessee, Missouri, one of the swing games you may be talking about, at Missouri.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's at Oklahoma. You're at South Carolina. You're at A&M.
You get Florida at home.
You get Florida at home. You get
Alabama at
at home.
And I know Kalen DeBoer
You get
just
LSU
got
at home.
the extension. How is he escaping
I have
the
no
hot
idea.
seat?
I have no
He
idea,
hasn't-
man.
He hasn't had a 1,000-yard rusher in his offense.
I don't know.
Who?
Kalen
Kalen
DeBoer.
DeBoer.
Oh,
That's a conversation maybe for another day because
Alabama has not had a 1,000-yard rusher since Brian Robinson Jr.
yeah.
That was 2021.
Look,
Does that speak Alabama football?
Look, they doubled down on DeBoer, and now it's impossible to get rid of him. That's probably why he's not facing any pressure, because his buyout's like 90 plus.
Yeah, it's like
He's got himself a Lincoln Riley deal. Not to take a shot at USC, but he's got himself a Lincoln Riley deal where it's like you can go into year 5 and not have a lot to show for it because we believe in you long term.
Yeah, with Lincoln, everybody's like, "Oh, if he doesn't do it this year, they're gonna fire him." I'm like, no, they're not. It's not until next year. It's not until next year. He's got like $40 million left. They're not just gonna pack it up. Are you kidding me? They like to clutch their money.
But I do like Will Stein coming in with a little bravos. I like it.
I mean, that's who he is.
I like it. Yeah, and I think he knows that if he would have stayed at Oregon another year, and Oregon does what they think they're going to do this year, or even what some national people think they're going to do this year, then he could have gotten a better job than Kentucky. But I think he's got a little more ties there. I think he likes that job, which is probably why he took it now. And
There's also not a lot of pressure.
There's zero. Like, I think I've heard this on some national shows. I've read about it, and I've heard it on some local shows. Mark Pope's under more pressure than Will Stein.
Oh, God, yes.
Without a doubt.
And if Oregon goes out and S's the bed this year, then it kind of would have soured his
True.
And the possible job prospects down the line.
And if they do S the bed this year, say Dante regresses, say they don't achieve what they want to achieve, they're going to make the playoff. But if they do and get blown out again, then Will Stein can kind of say, because I wasn't there. I don't believe that narrative, but you could ride on that.
You could put it on the board.
So I give him a lot of credit for walking to the SEC and beating his chest. But my number one favorite, without a doubt, is John Summerall. The former Tulane coach took the Florida job, who, by the way, if you want to play that Florida game, we'll get to schedules here in a moment of the toughest schedules in the nation. That's a tough one. But he's had some really kind of spicy things to say. We'll start with him on Lane Kiffin. He said, quote, Lane and I talked through the process of October and November, talking about Tulane, LSU, or Tulane to Florida, Ole Miss to LSU. And Lane said, we're going through the same thing. I said, no, we're not. You're leaving an SEC school. I'm leaving Tulane. If any university said I couldn't coach in the playoff, I don't think I would have taken the job. John Summerall coming into the SEC and taking shots at Lane. Yeah. I mean, Lane's kind of low-hanging fruit in the SEC, but Lane is also a multi-million-dollar, insane NIL, massive buyout coach at Louisiana State University. I like it.
But also, Summerall looked at Duke. He's talking about there's two power conferences. It's Big Ten, it's the SEC. He goes, Big 12 is right there, but, he goes, American's good. And then he started talking about the ACC. He's like, who's their champion last year? Duke? He's like, we beat him at Tulane.
Yeah, that's the quote. I'm not knocking any league. And then there's a couple behind that and talking about the Big 12 and the ACC. And the Americans right there. Last year's ACC championship was who? Duke. We beat him in Tulane. I like it. Again, he's in a little different situation.
Also, remind me again, how good has Tulane been the last couple years?
Very, very good.
So...
I mean, Tulane is angling themselves.
You're talking about a law school in Louisiana.
Tulane is angling
the team
them
out of the ACC did go to the national championship last year.
Fair. Miami's a little different, though, in my book.
They're ACC in name only.
They're ACC in name only.
That's Clemson 6-7 years ago. Of like, Clemson's really good. It's like, yeah, but their conference sucks. But they're still really good.
They're still really good.
I mean, Tulane has navigated themselves to kind of be at the doorstep of who's next to get into a big conference. If you're not poaching from other Power Four, Tulane, South Florida, I would like to think there's still some Oregon State, Washington State clout in there, but there's
a team in your conference that's ahead of
you. And Boise State, but they're going to need to have pretty good years quickly to kind of not lose that momentum.
Tulane is kind of the Boise State of the South. Like,
agreed. Tulane and South Florida, I would say.
Those three schools, like if you see it, if you get one of those, if you're not like one of the top 3 teams in the country and you have that school in your bracket, like, again, I'm not talking about Boise State last year. I'm talking about the ethos of Boise State, the ethos of Tulane, the ethos of USF. Like, you're like, I don't know if I want to, like, this is not fun. I don't want to play this game. It's like, these guys are good. I don't want to deal with this.
And again, Stein, different than Summerall in the sense that very low expectations.
Summerall could also cut glass with his chin.
Oh, good looking dude.
Yeah,
strong.
Yeah,
scary looking dude.
Scary looking dude. I mean, he's got that vibe
without a doubt. But that Florida job, man, they've been searching for a long time. They've been searching since Herb, and Herb kind of kicked off this whole SEC thing. So I like Summerall. I worry that the Florida job at this point might be a little toxic in the sense that they created some expectations for them. The SEC rose to the top, and now that we're in such an even playing field, if this were old days, like pre-Signetti days, is basically Signetti's going to be my line of demarcation now. Pre-Signetti days, Florida could still get back in, and Florida still can, but it's going to be a lot harder.
Well,
you're now on the same level as A&M.
I'd say they're on the same level as a Penn State right now.
Yeah. Your history is still there. You are still a respected brand.
You're still going to put guys into the NFL.
Without a doubt, and you're going to hire good coaches, and you're going to have a good NIL budget. You've got one of the most famous college football venues in the world, but the mountain is bigger now. The hill is higher to climb.
My only pushback is, again, it's Florida, so where is Florida located? Florida.
Oh, true.
What are your 3 biggest recruiting hotbeds in the country?
Florida,
California,
Texas, California.
Florida.
Without a doubt.
Right now, Florida's 8th in recruiting rankings. Like, they're right there.
I believe it. I believe it.
Like, and if you, all it takes to make look,
It's easy when they're in your backyard.
yeah, you know what I mean. Like, keep guys in. Like, that was my biggest beef with Lincoln Riley. He's like, we're gonna worry about the nation, and I'm like, Lincoln, shut up and recruit Bellflower. Shut up and recruit St. John Bosco and Mater Dei. Make sure the guys that are in state stay in your backyard. Like, those are NFL pipeline guys. What are you doing?
Yeah, the problem is that Miami's in a better spot than they are.
Yeah, that's what you're fighting with. You're fighting with. That was the thing about USC.
You love Mike Norvell.
Yeah,
you love Mike Norvell.
When you're USC and not even like Pete Carroll era, like even in the Clay Helton era, like just keep your guys there.
Again, Oregon has always had the institution of it. If guys are good in high school football in Oregon, they get the opportunity to go get looked at by Oregon and Oregon State.
I just think, again, the post-Signetti life has just evened the playing field for a lot of people. You know,
for sure.
The NIL world can allow Tulane to beat Duke. You know, that's not that surprising anymore. If the American puts in a team in the Power Four or the Group of 6 in the playoff, nobody's going to be that shocked because the game has changed, and I think that's my concern about the Florida job in general. My concern is not Summerall at all. I believe in him. My concern is some of these jobs, and it's not just that. Casey brought up a great example. Penn State is another one that concerns me. That job concerns me. What is the aftermath post AD Sharon Moore at Michigan? You know, Michigan probably has some more clout than Florida and Penn State. It's splitting hairs maybe a little bit, but that team can probably overcome it. But yeah, Penn State, Florida, cool. You did cool stuff, but you ain't Texas. You ain't Ohio State. You're not Bama.
Again, I think Michigan, the brand, much bigger than those other schools, so they can rely on the brand.
Agreed.
Like Penn State, you got to just rely on the football.
Speaking of schedules, let's take a peek at that. The strength of schedules throughout college football. Who's in for the rudest awakening? There's a team with national championship aspirations that's pretty high on this list. We'll go there next. That's Casey over there with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for a DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers mounted a late comeback to draw against FC Dallas last night 2-2. Second half surge from the Timbers was sparked by Christopher Velda's substitution as Kevin Kelsey and Felipe Mora scored the goals for the Timbers in the draw. Timbers are back in action this Saturday as they'll host Real Salt Lake inside Providence Park at 7:30. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire fell to the Dallas Wings 101-97 before the WNBA All-Star break. Fire nearly mounted the fourth quarter comeback, but it was Jessica Shepard for the Wings who knocked down the game-clinching free throws. She finished with her 5th triple-double of her career, posting 18 points, 15 boards, and 10 assists. Fire are off until the 28th, but make sure to catch Bridget Carlton in the three-point contest this Friday as she will make franchise history as the first Fire representative to compete in an All-Star event. And finally, some MLB news for you if you missed it yesterday, as Kansas City Royals shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. has been placed on the IL for the first time in his career as he continues to deal with lower back tightness. And Royals catcher Salvador Perez tied the Royals franchise home run record, tying Hall of Famer George Brett with 317 homers in a Royals uniform. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Laura Case from the George McCoy Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of dirt and The Firm of Harris and Marang on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Talking some college football here as we're looking through the world of kind of strength of schedule, which, you know, college football is so hard to predict, Danny, but it gets to a point that...
No, it's easy.
It's super easy. It's super easy. But
you can count on one team in the top 25 that starts the season not being there.
A top 10 team.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's out of the top 25. Yes. Yeah, but it's tough. You know, we look around and you can play that game. You know, we play that game all the time. Just real quick, don't think about it. Go. Mm-hmm. Can Kentucky beat Vanderbilt? No. Kentucky beat South Carolina? Yes, no. You know, so it's like you can play that game. You can start to at least create kind of a litmus test, maybe like a best case, worst case scenario, or just average expectations. Like when I go through my school schedule,
I mean, that's basically over-unders.
I go through my school schedule, and sure, I've got some bias. Do I think we're going to beat UW? Hell yeah. Do I think we're going to beat Arizona? Hell yeah. So there's some of that bias in there, but I can also look at it and say, if we split that 1-1, say we get one of them, but don't get the other one. And you can kind of go through that, and you're like, I've got 7 wins on our board. If you get to 6, you're kind of like, okay, there was the average standard. If you get to 8, you're like, all right, that's the average standard. If you get to 4, sirens up. And if you get to 10, you start shooting your guns. Right? That's the base state of it. Now, collegefootballnews.com has a very interesting way that they look at it. They kind of, the schedule scores are based on 138 team spring rankings. Okay? And what they say is the lower the overall score, the harder the schedule. And they have some base terms for this. For example, if Kansas State is 24th, you get 24 points for playing it at home. If you play the Wildcats in Manhattan, the score is cut in half, so it counts as 12. Again, lowest score is harder.
Okay, I'm tracking.
Yes, because it's hard to win on the road. Any game against an FCS team is an automatic 139 points because you are expected to win that game.
Okay.
Neutral sites are scored like home games. And they talk about Louisiana Tech being Conference USA and Sun Belt, but I'm not worried about that. So the 10 toughest schedules based on that metric goes Arkansas at number 1, RIP, gunned down in their prime. Number 2 is Oklahoma.
And they do have a bear of a schedule.
Number 3 is Texas. Number 4, Purdue. Oof. Go with God, amigos. Number 5, why you doing us dirty again? Well, that would be Florida. Once again, Florida takes...
This next one I do not agree with in any way, shape, matter, or form.
Number 6, according to the metrics, they have Oregon on that list.
They are favored in every single game but one. You cannot tell me that is a tough schedule. You were favored in every game by 83% or more but one.
And you are going to play Michigan, but this is the worst Michigan team that we've seen over the last... Was it 5 years?
Definitely
7 or 8.
Definitely the most unknown Michigan team, and not in a good way.
They won the Natty and then went...
Like, I can argue Oklahoma is a mystery team to me, but not in a bad way. Like, I think Oklahoma's got a lot of boom to them. Depends on quarterback play.
Sure.
Depends on defense. And if Venables gets that right. Number 7, boom, Michigan. So that's probably what helps prop up Oregon. And does Oregon have Purdue on their schedule?
No.
So that doesn't hurt them because Purdue's not going to be a good team.
Purdue's not a good team. Like, Michigan's got a tough schedule because Michigan's not going to be favored in as many games.
Number 8 goes to Alabama. Number 9 is Mississippi State. Number 10 is Kentucky. Hello.
I would say Kentucky's schedule is significantly tougher than Oregon's.
I would probably agree.
Like, not even close.
And Michigan's.
Yeah, I just, looking at that, like, that's not me being anti-Duck. I'm just looking at Oregon's schedule and going, how?
Now,
remember when the schedule got released, we looked at Oregon's path, and we looked at Oregon, Ohio State, Michigan, USC, and we went, Oregon has the easiest path here.
Now, there's another one to look at here, and this has got more of the eyeball test, more of the analyst, more of the opinion-based, but it's someone who I trust. It's Phil Steele over at fbschedules.com. He put together his top 10. He put Texas 1.
I think you can make that.
So by a metric and by an opinion, an informed opinion, Texas is pretty high. And Texas has, dude, you want to talk about pressure in Eugene this year? Come talk to me about pressure in Austin, Texas right now.
Oh, yeah, we've talked about it. Sark has more pressure on than anyone right now.
Again, they have
nobody in the country.
They have Ohio State in their second game. They have they have Oklahoma and Florida back-to-back weeks. Then in a 4-week span, they play Oklahoma, Florida, Ole Miss, Mississippi State.
They have games against 6 preseason ESPN Top 25 among 10 power contests. Like you said, home against Ohio State, at Tennessee, home against Oklahoma in Dallas. So that's helpful. Home versus Ole Miss, at LSU, and at A&M. That's just 6 of them. And, buddy, you get Ohio State at the gate.
It sets the table for you.
Number two, Phil Steele throws Michigan out there. Same sort of situation. Oklahoma, Iowa, Penn State, Indiana, Oregon, Ohio State. That is one hell of a Big Ten gauntlet. That's about as hard as the gauntlet in the Big Ten can be. Oh, you didn't skip anybody.
Well, you skip one, the next school.
Oh, correct. I forget you losers are in there.
We don't play them.
But I mean, to take on home Iowa, home Penn State, home Indiana,
at Oregon, at Ohio State.
At Oregon, at Ohio State. That's about as tough as it's going to get in the Big Ten. Now, Penn State, again, a little bit like Michigan, an unknown, but I don't know if that's in a good way. Number 3 hits your boys, USC, which is funny because it was a big year for USC. That includes Oregon, UW, Ohio State at home, Penn State, Indiana on the road. That's a tough schedule. Finishes out Arkansas, Oklahoma, Ohio State, Michigan State. This is where you get kind of some of those. In comes Purdue at 9. He puts Florida at 10. You know, he's got...
But USC can start the season 4-1, probably move to 5-1 if you beat UW, go into Penn State at 5-1.
They need to have momentum early because once the middle of the season hits, it's just a hellscape.
Yeah, if you can,
it's just a hellscape. It's just like every week is just brutal.
You don't want to start dropping game. If you drop a game to Penn State or even to a Wisconsin, then you're really hurting against Ohio State, Indiana.
They lose to Wisconsin. I'm not going to be here that week.
And for
wrap it up.
and for the big teams, that's what you need to do. You need to stack some of those cash, some of those chips early, so you can get that ranking high enough so that you can absorb a loss easier. Just be glad you're not Texas, Michigan, Oklahoma, or Ohio State, because you got one out the jump. You got one out the gate. Now, I would like to think when we get to rankings and we get to the college football playoff that we use our GD brains and realize that Ohio State and Texas playing each other, whoever wins, might not be the same team at the end of the year. But kudos for playing the game.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio State and Texas were two totally different teams at the end of the year.
Without a doubt.
Arch Manning and Julian
Michigan
Sayin
and Oklahoma were two different teams at the end of the year. Remember that game was kind of an ugly, slow, sloppy game? Don't hold that against them.
I mean, remember, Arch and Sayin were dog water.
Dog.
Just horrendously bad. Both of them. Now, I don't expect that's going to be the fun thing. I think this game is going to be just drastically different than last time. Arch came on at the last 6 games of the year last year. It was like, oh, there he is. Sayin was damn near the most accurate quarterback in the country. Like it's.
But our eyeballs go, I don't think he's very good.
Well,
quote Patrick Harris.
I'm not again. The only Ohio State quarterback in my lifetime I'm like, you know what, is CJ Stroud. Like every other one, I'm out.
And how controversial is CJ Stroud right now in Houston, Texas?
R.I.P. Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Yes.
Like
he did win a natty.
It's like all of the things around Ohio State quarterbacks. Like, let's see Sayin do it where he's got to be the guy, where they have to rely on him.
Who are some teams you don't see on this that you find convenient?
In the top 10?
Just off the top of your head.
Oh,
Where's Georgia?
Yeah, well...
Where's Indiana?
That is interesting.
I got another one for you. Where's Notre Dame?
Well, I mean, we know what Notre Dame's schedule is this year.
Where is Notre Dame?
It's never good.
Notre Dame plays Wisconsin, Rice, and Michigan State, and then Purdue in the first 4 games.
Keep going.
UNC.
Win.
Stanford.
Win.
Hold on. BYU.
Ooh.
Where?
At BYU.
Loss.
Then
I believe in Sataki this year a lot. Bear Bachmeyer.
Navy.
Win.
Miami.
At Miami. No, in South Bend.
In South Bend.
I'm taking Miami.
I might take Miami in there too. So they're back in the same thing. Your 2 best teams you played, BYU and Miami, you lost. But the rules get you in.
Yes.
Yep. Because then it's Boston College, SMU, and Syracuse.
Win.
Yeah.
I mean, SMU might be good this year.
Yeah, but Notre Dame.
I'll give Notre Dame the credit there.
I mean, SMU did name the athletics building after their current quarterback.
But to be fair, where's Indiana in this? Where's Miami in this?
You know, that's actually let me pull.
You know, kudos to Miami. They can't help that the ACC stinks.
His buns.
But they do have Notre Dame on the schedule, and they're going to South Bend. This isn't a neutral site in Atlanta.
Yeah, Indiana. Actually,
Indiana's going to start 4-0.
They have cupcakes.
Well,
yeah, they have
but
Howard.
They did schedule in North Texas.
Oh,
for the
I like
non-conference.
that.
That's their first game
I
of the
like
season.
that.
Like going into that was like, hey, this is a spicy little program.
Is that North Texas without their coach who just
And
took a job?
And quarterback.
Okay.
Yeah. No, when they
Thank you for
scheduled it, that
context,
wasn't
Casey.
the case.
Okay.
Thank you for context, Casey.
But yeah, they go North Texas, Howard, Western Kentucky, Northwestern, Rutgers, and then their first like quasi test is October 10th at Nebraska.
Nebraska might be my Big Ten South Carolina.
Again, so you're starting the year 5-0 and headed into Ohio State with a lot of momentum.
And you have Ohio State at home.
And a Kurt Signetti.
And then you play at Michigan after that, then Minnesota, then you're off, and then you have USC at home, travel to Washington, finish with Purdue.
UW is probably their toughest
Worst case
match,
scenario-
just based off of travel and where they are in the schedule, possibly just being beat up.
Worst case scenario, Indiana has 2 losses and still makes the playoff.
Worst case.
Worst case. Loses to USC, loses to Ohio State. I don't think they're losing to Michigan.
I mean, I don't think they're losing to USC either, but
I don't think they are either, but it's at USC, correct?
yes.
Yeah. I'll
No. It's at Indiana.
It's at Indiana.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
USC's will remain to be seen.
Yes.
And I'm not just saying that because you're here, but
No.
It's if Michigan is an unknown in a bad way, and Oklahoma is an unknown in a good way, USC's somewhere right in the middle.
Sure.
Right in the middle for
I
me.
mean, you've got my
Probably
back.
leaning more towards Oklahoma than
Yeah,
Michigan,
sure.
but somewhere in the middle.
No, I mean, again, my expectation this year is 9 wins. That's what I look at. But for SC, you want to talk about a chunk after their cakewalk start, because to be clear, it's a cakewalk start. San Jose State, Fresno State, Louisiana, Rutgers. Oregon, Washington, Penn State, week off at Wisconsin in October, then Ohio State, then off, then Indiana. You play, what is it, 6 games, 5 of them are top 15 teams preseason.
This Georgia schedule is tough, too. They have a stretch where they
See
play
where Phil Steele put Georgia.
Oklahoma. They play
He put
Oklahoma,
him at 18.
Vanderbilt, Alabama, Auburn, Florida, Ole Miss. Yeah, just six weeks of let's just run through a gauntlet.
I'm tuned into Auburn this year.
Oh, yeah?
Well, Byram.
Yeah, you do love him. Phil Steele has Oregon at 20 for context.
That seems more about where it should be.
Just for funsies on that. Another funsy on that. At 72 is my Washington State University. 64 Oregon State.
I mean, yeah.
Go Beavers. That's because they got us on the schedule.
Dragging it down.
Potentially twice.
You got us.
Coming for you. Coming for you this year.
You guys need a sandwich bet.
I don't bet on Wazoo.
You need a sandwich bet.
Sorry, I don't bet on Wazoo.
Sandwich bet.
It's Bad Juju's. A little quick news and notes from ESPN is they've put out the college football playoff schedule for the next few years. Do they know something, or am I reading tea leaves? We'll go there next. 105.1 The Fan.
firm of Harris and Marang on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
Don't you worry, you Damian Lillard acolytes. We'll get to some Blazer action here in hour number deuce. We'll ask the question. We kind of toyed with it yesterday, and I think I've heard some cool stuff from Isaac and Suk on it, and Dirt and Sprague as well. We'll take a turn. If you're going to move, where are you going to go, bro? You want to threaten all you want? Where are you going to go, bro? We'll get to that in hour number deuce. But put a little bow on our college football conversation for the day. This came out a little while ago. This came out on the 9th, so it's been there, but I kind of been stewing on it. ESPN announced the college football playoff quarterfinal, semifinal dates and bowl sites from 2028 to 2031. The bowl sites, the classic bowls, in case you forget, are the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, the VRBO Fiesta Bowl.
Oh yes, the Goodyear Cotton Bowl. That's what I always associate it with.
The Capital One Orange Bowl.
Also, it's Verbo. Come on, man.
It's not VRBO?
Verbo.
Oh, I thought it was VRBO.
Verbo.
Am I being trolled here and I don't know it?
Yes.
Okay. There's the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, the All-State Sugar Bowl, and my personal favorite, the Rose Bowl game presented by Prudential. Nobody gets to go first. Granddaddy of them all. Don't mess with the Rose Bowl.
I do love that. And it is an actual Rose Bowl, not the fake Rose Bowl.
Yeah, do not mess with that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I just was curious, and we don't got to spend a ton of time on it, but is ESPN just putting this out there to have news on it, or do they think that this is how we're going to go?
No. This can be scrapped.
Semifinals in 28-29, the 11th and 12th of January, 29-30, the 10th and 11th, 30-31, the 9th and the 10th. So, right around the same times, 31, 32.
We all know
8,
those
9.
dates are changing. The only one that won't change, there's one of them that won't change.
The Granddaddy.
Yes. Everything else is going to back up around it.
Again, you do the granddaddy and move backwards.
Yes,
Yeah, I do want.
That's the only, all the other ones are going to move.
If I'm the Rose Bowl, I just walk into ESPN and on the table and say, when you eventually back this thing up, so we're not playing a natty in February, Rose Bowl's always a semifinal. That's what I would do if I were them. Okay. Now, the rest of the bowls won't go for it. They want the rotation. But I'm not watching a Rose Bowl on December 28th.
No.
December 15th. I'm not.
No.
You will get me fist in the air, storming out this door. I'll be more mad than anybody else is about Tom Dundon.
Doubtful.
No, I promise you. I will scorch earth on the Rose Bowl. It's one of the last things I have left.
What does that look like?
Me being angry and going to the bar.
Just Winnie the Poohing it around town?
No, I wouldn't do that. That's more embarrassing for me than anybody else. Tee-hee. I don't know if they're tee-heeing the unit or that the belly at this point is fairly Winnie the Pooh. Up, down, up. It just plays with itself. Thanks, Casey. When we come back, let's talk a little Blazers here. Oh, you going to take your trucks and go home? Well, where are you going, bro? 105.1 The Fan Sports Network.
Hey, guys.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers mounted a late comeback to draw against FC Dallas last night, 2-2. A second-half surge from the Timbers was sparked by Christopher Velda's substitution as Kevin Kelsey and Felipe Mora scored the goals for the Timbers in the draw. Timbers are back in action this Saturday as they host Real Salt Lake inside Providence Park at 7:30. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire fell to the Dallas Wings 101-97 before the WNBA All-Star break. Fire nearly mounted the fourth quarter comeback, but it was Jessica Shepard for the Wings who knocked down the game-clinching free throws. She finished with her fifth triple-double of her career, posting 18 points, 15 boards, and 10 assists. Fire are off until the 28th, but make sure to catch Bridget Carlton in the three-point contest this Friday as she will make franchise history as the first Fire representative to compete in an All-Star event. And finally, some NFL news for you, as first overall pick Fernando Mendoza has officially signed his deal with the Raiders on a 4-year, $57.3 million contract that is fully guaranteed. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom, call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour. Fan.
Hour number 2 is here. If you missed in the first hour, you can download that, the Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your stuff. If you missed in the first hour, you can go back on the YouTubes. If you missed Dirt and Sprague this morning, they had a great guest from Kansas City, a topic we will get into this hour. You can go back and check that out. If you missed the club from yesterday, or if you can't catch it tonight, or any other hot news, the college football gobbler for prime time tonight, go back and listen to that wherever you can. 105.1 The Fan, the Odyssey app, rewind, fast forward, except for in the future, for that would be impossible. Binary Brewing and The Fan have teamed up for the only Fan IPA available for a limited time. Taste The Fan with Binary Brewing's signature West Coast IPA. Go to Binary Brewing's Beaverton location and ask them about their only Fan. So good. Only The Fan and Binary Brewing can pull it off. We'll spend some time in the association today. Web Gems as well at 11:45. A friendly reminder, it is a 10 Toes Down Thursday. The last one together for me and Danny for a little bit, so get those in as we it's that time, right, Danny? We both need a little bit of a reset to just kind of get into this thing.
I'm here for it.
You should be. You should be here for it.
At least for another
2 hours.
Yeah, give or take.
Give or take. 10 Toes Down. You ask the questions, we give you answers unequivocally. No wishy-washing. 503-864-6326 is the Fan text line, or throw them in the YouTube chats. The board behind me says days since bad news.
Mm-hmm.
And the current number is 1. The county is currently about to vote on their share of the money, which is not a lot. It's like 1/7, 1/8 of the bill, which seemed to be okay, but all of a sudden there's a little bit of grandstanding there going on, so we'll circle back and keep you up to date on that. But a thought that I think that has been played out and played out well. Again, Dirt and Sprague had a guest from Kansas City on this morning who was fantastic, talking about, let's be real here when you get to where this team can go. I also heard Isaac and Suk talk about this. Mm-hmm. If you think about this, Danny, you're my NBA guy. You're more clued in. The cities in the NBA, or the cities in America, or Canada, Mexico for that matter, that would want an NBA franchise, who are those cities?
Well, not Kansas City.
Not Kansas City. We heard that this morning.
I think that was a nice little – I think that was a nod from the NBA reaching out to Kansas City. Guys, we need a little something here to push Tom a certain way. Mm-hmm. And they're like, all right. Cool.
That's kind of a baseball town, too. Plus, that's KU basketball. That's rock chalk down there.
But, I mean, they're a city that's floated out there. But Nashville, Austin,
okay.
Kalamazoo. Little Rock. I do have to give Bill Orm a little bit of credit. Somebody said Little Rock the other day, and Pounding the Rock is a SB Nation. No, Pounding the Rock is an SB Nation Spurs blog.
Okay.
And he was like pounding the Little Rock.
Pounding the Little Rock.
And I
yes,
was like, okay,
yes.
all right, Bill, that's pretty good. I got to give you that one. It's an OG SB Nation blog. So there's not a ton of cities, but every single one of these cities is within the realm of market rights for a currently occupied NBA market.
Yep. Your other cities are Seattle and Vegas, which aren't going to happen. The money for expansion is way too big. Those are already built in. Plus, I think that would be a really bad look on the NBA if the Blazers moved to Seattle.
I mean, Seattle wouldn't embrace them.
No, they wouldn't. They would know, like, it's a little the Calabro thing a little bit. There's a minority out there that's like, that guy's a Sonics guy. But that would be really gross. But again, the money is too high for Seattle or Vegas.
Well, Vegas, there were talks. I don't think it's going to get this high. Originally, it was supposed to be expansion rights for like $6 billion. Then I heard 7 and 8. I heard a couple people the other day say 10. I don't think they're going to get that high. But there's like 6 groups bidding for Vegas. It's a lot.
Who did I just see recently is jumping in it?
Walmart family.
Yes, the Waltons. Mm-hmm. The daughter, her and her husband.
It's getting so high that Fenway Sports Group is now operating in the background.
Oh, interesting. They might have been outbid. Well, they just sold a little bit of Liverpool stock.
Interesting.
Yeah, right. They've been almost not quietly trying to get out of the Red Sox game.
There's no not quiet about that at all.
Yes.
They want to get out. They want to keep the stadium,
right,
but not the team.
Correct.
Like that's been out there for probably half a decade now. Meanwhile, everyone seems to believe that the Kraken Group, that also owns the operating agreement for Climate Pledge, are the leading bidders for the Seattle expansion.
Another team owns the operating rights of a city of an arena owned by a city? Mm-hmm. That's not how that's supposed to work.
They did pay for it though.
Oh, okay. All right, fair enough.
$1.2 billion.
Fair enough. Ooh, that's a lot. I mean, Climate Pledge is dope, dude. Mm-hmm. They got something in that beezy every day.
But, that's neither here nor there. But the there's some talk that one of the super rich might be looking at Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Again, what is headquartered in Seattle?
Yeah, a lot of super rich.
A lot of super rich. The top 5 in the world types.
Yeah.
The NBA is like, ooh, gimme.
Without a doubt.
They want that kind of money. To be clear, they don't want groups that are broke. So
imagine.
Yeah.
That's Jody Allen. It's Jody Allen. It must be Jody.
Walks out like Shane McMahon
with the Lombardi in her hand.
Yeah, I saw somebody
in a Sonics throwback GP jersey.
I heard somebody
Detlef Schrempf
doing the Tom Dunn won a Stanley Cup the other day, and I saw it was great. Somebody else in NBA like, your last owner just won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, without a doubt.
So, and you hated her, and I was like, thank you.
Well, I think you mentioned a lot of those broadcasting rights. Kalamazoo, for the record, that's the Pistons. Nashville.
The Blazers used to own the market rights from here to up through Alaska.
Yes, because
not
when
Canada.
When the Sonics were gone.
Yes.
Nashville.
Now, the Sonics had I should say, they don't own those rights, but they will need to purchase them back from the Blazers.
Oh, hey, there's a little bit of influx of cash there, buddy.
Money in there.
Nashville, for example, their rights are owned by the Memphis Grizzlies. Mm-hmm. In fact, I think if the NBA had their way, they'd move Memphis to Nashville.
Yes.
And that's probably going to happen in the next 5-10 years.
I would imagine it does.
And
Austin is owned by San Antonio, and there's a not so secret. I should say it's not. San Antonio's not actively trying to move, but if they had it their way, they would move to Austin. Why? Because Austin is a larger area, more money.
Is there any mass transportation stuff going on between Austin and San Antonio?
There may or may not be the push for a bullet train between those two.
Plus, I don't think the NBA needs another stop in Texas. It might be able to support it.
Oh, it could have, Austin could absolutely. Austin is the only other market outside of Portland. If Portland were to lose the Blazers, they would be the only top 40 market without a top 4 sports team.
Yep, that's my MLS argument. Yep. The only two teams, if the Blazers were to leave, the only two teams in MLS that don't have a Power 4 is Austin and Portland, if the Blazers were to leave. So Austin is kind of off the table because San Antonio is going to try to control those rights.
That's their money.
Yeah, Dallas is there in the Dallas thing. Houston's there in the Houston thing. San Diego has no interest. Vancouver can't sustain it. They can't keep their MLS team. You think they can keep their basketball team? So it leaves you nowhere to go. And that's again back to this.
St. Louis is there, but good luck getting that done.
Yeah, and that goes back to the conversation that you and I have been talking a lot with, and Wright Gazaway being on our show on Tuesday. Why there are so many aspects of this argument that both sides, whether it be the city council or the Blazers themselves, that are just missed opportunities. Mm-hmm. It's slam dunk information, even for the common pea-brained listener out there like me. Like, if you instantly say to me, well, where's he going to go? And you knock off all these things that we just walked into, then I go, oh, well, he ain't moving. Why the city isn't hammering that is beyond my imagination, because there's this imaginary cloud of Tom Dundon saying, oh, well, if you guys aren't going to do it, we'll just move the team. It's not losing money, it's spending money, and if it's going to double our value, then we'll go.
But 4 years is a long time.
Agreed.
That's when the lease expires. You give a city in this country, a government in this country,
right,
4 years to put something together.
But back to my argument, or back to my question, I should say.
Here's the thing.
Who's the city?
Do you want to play the game?
It's not Raleigh, that's Charlotte.
Sure, but do you want to play the game of the Blazers spend the next 2 years doing market research?
No.
Because they'll find it.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to. But I still think it's something. Look, if these two teams are going to play chicken with each other and point fingers at each other, if they're going to do that, boy, there's so much arsenal left on the table. It's like you're playing Call of Duty, okay? And you walk into that, excuse my ignorance for those who play Call of Duty, and you walk into some sort of bunker and you're like, oh my goodness, I've hit the jackpot. There's the RPG, there's the assault rifle, there's the box of 45 grenades. You know what I'm going to grab? Mm-hmm. I'm going to grab the bayonet. That's how it kind of feels. Mm-hmm. It's like there's so many grenades, there's so many Ja Morants you can throw at this thing that people are just choosing not to. And that's where a lot of this stuff gets so confusing to me, that there's such easy stuff on the table that people just aren't choosing. And that, again, to me proves kind of the disconnect between mostly the city council and what a sports franchise means to a city. Dude, I was at Providence Park last night.
Mm-hmm. Sweating.
Air quality not awesome. Saw some cool lightning near the end. Unfortunately, we skipped out a rain delay. There's some empty seats in there last night, more so than I've seen in a while. It's a midweek game, hot as F out there. So there's some factors that can, and they've had a little struggle to the beginning of the season. So there are little factors to not keep it full. But I'll tell you, when Pipe Mora scored that goal in stoppage time, that was a cool place to be.
Yeah.
That was a really cool place to be. I met Isaac and Suk at the Kingston last night. Cool place to be. Like, for you not to be able to see that stuff and start using real ammunition against, the bad guy, quote unquote, is beyond me. It's malpractice, personally.
I just look at this and I go, do you want to try to leverage that? Because you'll find out real quick.
No, I don't think you do.
You don't want either side to do this. This is like, I don't think it's a great idea to just give them $600 million. And I've never said just give them the money and just be done with it. But also people are like, they need to go line by line and earmark this. Shut up. No, shut up. The city doesn't do that with their own money.
I know. Again, but that's another thing that the Blazers could easily say. Now, I will give the Blazers credit for not taking that shot. I mean. It's like, but that is an RPG you can grab and blow the whole thing up.
You're going to tell me how to, for everybody who's saying that, for the love of God, I know where you stand politically. Keep that energy with the people you elect.
Hey man, I stand in that world and I've got issues with it.
But I mean, like, if you're gonna do that, maybe do that with something else that doesn't actually matter to the city.
Keep that same energy.
Yeah, it's just like that was the whole argument that I was having with that economist the other day. He's like, well, it over 50 years it doesn't matter. It's a net negative, and I was like, in every single example, it's a net negative, huh? Because every economic paper that I've read about the Hartford Whalers, which is the only thing that comes close to mimicking the Portland Trailblazers, a city with only one top 4 franchise, it didn't go well for them. So in every instance, it's like, you're an economist, right? Are we applying blanket statements to every situation? Because he's like, well, Seattle lost the Sonics. I'm like, yeah, they're also a major metroplex that has one of the largest burgeoning. Have you been up to Seattle in the last 5 years? Have you seen how many cranes are up there building? How many Fortune 10 companies up there? How many other professional franchises are up there? It's like, also the Sonics sucks, but you had the Seahawks and the Mariners.
And then you got NHL. It didn't ruin your city.
Yeah.
Also, the Clay Bennett situation is very different from this.
Yes.
Like, we knew from the jump.
He took the team. There was no he never negotiated in good faith.
No. He was like, hey, do you guys want to renovate this or build a new one? They were like, well, let's talk about it. He's like, oh, they said no. I'm
Gotta
gone.
go.
Oklahoma City, here I come.
See you later. Yeah, it was weird how that came together so fast.
And that's the other thing.
Is it not starting to feel like that?
No, it's not. No.
Tom Dunn's going, they're not playing ball with me.
No,
I'm not going to play ball with them.
I hear what you're saying, and I think there is some validity to that. The problem is
the level of toxicity is a lot higher in Seattle.
The other problem is that there's no Oklahoma City waiting.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem.
Ready.
Yes. It's not Albuquerque, New Mexico. They're not taking an NBA franchise. Kansas City's not. St. Louis isn't. Nashville, Austin, off the table. Seattle, Vegas, off the table. Raleigh's a no. Tallahassee's a no. You're not putting another one in New York. You're not putting another one in Dallas.
You don't want to go Tallahassee?
You're not putting another one in Chicago. It's just Pittsburgh, maybe. Maybe is your one leverage if I'm
Change
just
them to yellow and black.
If I'm just trying, I mean the pinwheel in yellow and black would slap.
I would immediately be a fan of that.
But I mean that we've just gone through a ton of stuff. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe Columbus, but Cleveland would fight that really hard. Cincinnati, I still think Cleveland would fight that really hard.
You're also looking at more East teams. You need to look in the West.
Exactly. And Cincinnati might fight it because they got Kentucky basketball. That's what they care about. It's the Kansas Jayhawk thing to me.
Well, do you fight for a team in the West, or do you just move a team that's in the West to the East?
But don't be wrong.
Well,
I mean, teams in the West would love to go to the East.
Well, I mean, there needs to be a remap anyway.
Yeah.
Giant remap anyway.
That
I'm
will
sure
happen.
Minnesota and New Orleans.
Yeah, when Seattle and Vegas come in, a remap will happen.
Minnesota, New Orleans, and
Memphis
are all fighting for it.
Yeah,
I think it's
everybody wants to go to the West.
East.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Everybody wants to get out of the West.
Forget that Memphis is in the West.
Hell yeah, it's because they're Vancouver. That's why.
Well, Minnesota, I think, is the front runner.
I think so too.
Just because geographically they're right there in the.
And how much more do you want to keep negotiating with Memphis?
Yeah, it also drives me nuts that Houston is in the AL West. You're like, so is the Texas Rangers. Houston and Arlington. You're like, okay. Well,
they're in the same state.
They are. It is on the other side of the Mississippi, to be fair.
So,
to be fair. Something else to kind of put in context of how disastrous these kind of situations can do. This is a little non-sportsy that we'll get to right now, but it is kind of a reflection of the city council and what's going on. They had a vote on something not related to the Blazers yesterday, and it didn't go well. We'll get to that next. 105.1 The Fan.
The biggest
I mean, that's why we're short shorts with them legs, bro. Like,
Swankalicious.
You ever been to a honky tonk?
Dim some of these nuts.
The Firm of Harris and Marang on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
We'll get to the LeBron of it all here in about 15 minutes. County's got some interesting things going on over there. We'll get to that in the big nooner.
I'm handing you the dry erase.
The board may change things. Just a little tease on that. Web Gems this hour and 10 toes down in the next. Danny, we don't usually swerve this way. This is probably a little more of an in the news primetime situation. But I think to put more context into what's going on over there at the city council, is kind of see how they act in other stuff. And two things I want to point out. One, this is a toxic situation. Not even the Blazers stuff. Portland, the current state of Portland City Council right now, in my opinion, is a toxic situation. And that is not because the people I like what I like, but the others don't. This has nothing to do with my opinion. Again, I am not a Portland voter. I am an Oregon taxpayer because I work here. But it's a toxic thing because people are starting to become childlike. And if you want to see...
You can take started.
And if you want to see how this relates to what Portland, what the Blazers situation is, just watch how they operate in other situations. This is an article on Oregon Live written by Isabel Funk. I will read some of this stuff. Mayor Keith Wilson had to flex a previously unused muscle yesterday, shutting down one of two proposals to some cuts to the city's annual budget. He cast his first ever tie-breaking vote yesterday. It was a dueling proposals to restore dozens of city jobs. This article states councilors repeatedly raised their voices, spoke over each other, and made political threats during the council session. The first proposal, championed by Councilor Angelito Murillo, hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly, and the other 5 members of the council's Progressive Caucus sought to restore some parks and public safety jobs by primarily drawing on interest from the city's cash-rich climate fund. Oh, you can pull from the climate fund for this.
Oh, weird.
But you can't pull for the climate fund for that.
Interesting.
Counselor Steve Novick, again, I apologize for any incorrect pronunciation, Olivia Clark, Eric Zimmerman, Loretta Smith, Elena Pertle-Guinea, and Dan Ryan, friend of the station, voted against the ordinance, with Wilson breaking the tie for the no side on the 12-person council. 10 of the jobs that would have been saved are vacant, according to City Administrator Raymond Lee. This is a quote from Murillo, Counselor Angelita Murillo. She said, "I think it's really wild that we as a council couldn't close the deal over 0.05% of our total budget, and that we have to call the daddy of the city of Portland to come break the tiebreaker for us because for some reason the city council can't come together to get it done." Now, I would argue that maybe calling the tie-breaking mayor in the situation daddy is probably not a great situation when you're trying to talk civilly with people. Now we're interrupting, and who are you calling daddy? And he's your daddy, not mine. And they've become worse than my children, who I yell real loud to tell them to shut up, and they shut up.
Tone deaf, really.
And I think if you are in the yes camp, and honestly, if you're in the no camp, you know, and I assume most people listening to this program are not in the no camp, but to the average Portland citizen who's in the no camp, when you see that, your no people look rough. They look petty. They look childish.
Look, I know people think that where I stand politically, you have a pretty good idea. Let me make it very clear. Whatever side you're on, I hate your politicians. I don't like any of them because nobody gets in it for actually doing good. It's self-serving, aggrandizing, virtue signaling nonsense. The next person I see that goes in and serves a term and goes back to public life will be the first guy who did it in the last 50 years.
Barack's back into public life.
How many terms did he serve?
2.
Thank you.
Oh, gotcha. My bad. I missed that part.
Self-serving.
I blacked out for a minute.
The service to people is lost the higher an office you get. And again, I don't care what office you're in. We joke about it, but we're dead serious. The number one job of a politician is what?
To get reelected.
It's not about actually getting anything done. And that's my major axe to grind. Not with the left, not with the right, politicians.
Yeah, and I think that's again the unintended consequences of how the city council
expanding the city council.
Yeah, deciding to expand the city council. Look, I do believe that every person, when they expanded it and brought more people in, I do believe a lot of those people ran because they cared and want to make their communities better. I do believe that. That's the way Portland's mentality has been for a very long time. Community driven.
I know better.
That's the problem. It's now people have become have power.
Here comes the money.
Yep. Now people have some power and they want to grandstand and sit on it. And what happened when they expand this, you open the door. Now, I know you just ranted about how you hate this, but you open the door for people who are not career politicians. You open the door for people who do not have experience in negotiating millions of dollars and running a multi-billion dollar corporation, which is basically what a city is. Now, you don't need to profit in a city, but you can't lose money in a city.
No, and they're running a nasty deficit the last few years.
So you now open the door for a lot of inexperienced people to step in, and a lot of these inexperienced people, probably on both sides,
yes,
are making poor choices due to their own personal beliefs. That's a dangerous world to live in.
I'm a firm believer in that most people should not have power because most people do not know how to actually wield it.
Well, who should? You want to go dictator?
No, absolutely not.
I'm just teasing.
But most people do not know how to wield power. That's why most companies are not good. That's why most managers are not good.
And I do think that there are politicians on the city council who are doing good things and are fighting for good things.
Sure.
On both sides of the aisle or both sides of the thing. Look, like the houseless situation is such a complex, crazy thing that I'm sure both sides that feel one way or the other are truly believe in what they believe and aren't doing it maliciously, but it's a very, very tricky situation. But when you get to the point where you start yelling at each other and calling you're an idiot, no, you're an idiot, no, you're an idiot, it doesn't get anything done.
I just point to the amount of money being spent and literally nothing being impacted.
And so as this goes to the Blazer deal, to quote Murillo, like you're talking about 5/100ths of the budget, 5/100ths of the budget. Look, the 120 the Blazers are asking from you is not a huge significant part of your budget. No. And considering how long you get to pay it off and how much it puts into the system, for you to grandstand it's an ugly look.
Mm-hmm. There's nothing there other than trying to gin up fake support for you, the individual. Did you hear the boys this morning talking about, I think it was the Magic Hat, the politician?
No, I missed it.
There was a politician out there that ended up getting voted down, and they did an exit poll. 25% of the people said the reason they did not vote or voted against this individual was because of an AI image of him having a threesome with AOC. Not real. Not real. So what do these grandstanding politicians do? They get their name out there over and over and over again and over and over and over again because it's just repetition. The actual thing doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just your name is out there. Your name is out there. Your name is out there. Your name is out there.
I mean, you can argue that's a majority of modern American politics these days.
That's what I'm saying. Again, this is why I don't like politicians, regardless of what side you fall on. I don't like you.
Well, we'll keep our eyes on the county as they're trying to figure stuff out currently as we speak. We got some feet on the ground over there,
not going well.
Kind of keeping us up to date on stuff. We'll swing around that in the big nooner. Let's take a little palate cleanser. LeBron to the Heat, right? Done deal, right? We'll go there next. There's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers mounted a late comeback to draw against FC Dallas last night, 2-2. Second half surge from the Timbers was sparked by a Christopher Velda substitution as Kevin Kelsey and Felipe Mora scored the goals for the Timbers in the draw. Timbers are back in action this Saturday as they host Real Salt Lake inside Providence Park at 7:30. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire fell to the Dallas Wings 101-97 before the WNBA All-Star break. Fire nearly mounted the fourth quarter comeback, but it was Jessica Shepard for the Wings who knocked down the game-clinching free throws. She finished with her fifth triple-double of her career, posting 18 points, 15 boards, and 10 assists. Fire are off until the 28th, but make sure to catch Bridget Carlton in the three-point contest this Friday, as she will make franchise history as the first Fire representative to compete in an all-star event. And finally, some NFL news for you, as first overall pick Fernando Mendoza has officially signed his deal with the Raiders. It's a 4-year, $57.3 million contract that is fully guaranteed. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Laura Case from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks. .1051 FM and 1080 AM.
The biracial angel.
Web Gems coming up next. Everybody's favorite. Don't you forget it. Also, never forget that basketball coverage, city council coverage on The Fan is presented by Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi, one price, 5 years, guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. WebGems is next. Some rumblings going on at the county vote right now. We will get to that in the Big Nooner along with 10 Toes Down, but a little bit of palate cleanser here. Let's all laugh. Who is more laughable in this situation? Is it LeBron James or is it the Miami Heat accidentally, quote unquote, accidentally leaking the link to a YouTube presser introducing LeBron James as a Miami Heat?
I will say, following that, there was a job post for a new YouTube person in Miami. So
now, I think this is how ridiculous this story has become.
There's massive implications to this outside of basketball.
I know, but there's a LeBron aspect of it I want to get to real quick, and we can get to the reality of the situation. But the joking, the laughing thing, me poking fun at LeBron James, the way he's handled this situation and some of the statements that have come out from his camp and just the whole "don't call me, call Rich Paul," like this whole thing, like it's
LeBron being miffed that Adam Silver said to speed it up, and
exactly
he's going to do it in his timeline. It's like,
there is
LeBron, come on, dude.
There is a part of me that is not tinfoil hat, but there is a part of me that thinks LeBron did choose Miami and said to Pat, I am coming, but give me a week or so to get my things in order. Let me figure out what charity, let me figure out what broadcast is going to do it, who's going to interview me, let me get some logistics together, and then we'll figure it out. And then this link accidentally gets dropped, and LeBron's like, nope, then no. If you can't keep a secret, I'm not going. I'm going to go back to Cleveland instead. I know that's not real, but that's the level of, like, talking about the city council being childish. That's a little bit how LeBron's acted in this whole thing.
But if you're LeBron in this situation, you've been in the league for 20 years now. Everyone in the league right now, you've probably played with at least one person on each team. Now I'm going to try to assemble my favorite coworkers. That's why I'm hesitant and waiting on Kyrie Irving to figure out a deal. I'm hesitant and waiting on X, Y, and Z to figure out a deal because, well, I want to have fun in my final year of playing basketball.
Right.
I don't just want to be the hooper. I'm still LeBron James. I'm going to make some fun out of this.
And if he wants to have fun, the answer is Steph and Draymond. Because I don't know how much fun it's going to be when him and Giannis and Bam can't figure out who's going to shoot a ball. Are we just all three of us going to the rack every time?
Yes.
Are we passing the ball to each other, or are we just
that?
playing ISO ball?
You're telling me someone is stopping LeBron and Giannis running downhill?
Agreed on that, but I don't think that's fun. You know what I think is a lot more fun? Kicking it out to Steph and hitting a three. Kicking it out to Anthony Davis and him drive to the basketball and rack it out. Like, that sounds
I just
fun.
don't think it's feasible for LeBron to do that at his age now. I don't think it's possible for LeBron to go, all right, if I'm going to pair up with Giannis, we're just going to go and be rack attack the entire time? My legs are going to give out halfway through the season. There's no way I'm playing a back-to-back all year.
That's unwatchable basketball for me.
The basketball fit's wonky. There's some other stuff that I'm not going to go into that precludes me from thinking that LeBron's going to go back to Miami.
Yeah.
There's a reason he left.
Yeah.
Actually, reasons. And it's not just Pat Riley's taking LeBron's cookies.
And there's a reason Pat Riley's on TV every day going, everything's fine, everything's fine, everything's fine.
Yeah.
You were talking about the real implications.
Well, I mean, there are other implications. And somebody brought up on the YouTube, like, do you know how much money Kalshi probably just made off of, or whatever prediction market out there? Like, because, like, oh, he's going to LeBron, he's going to Miami, and all of a sudden it's going to spike because of this.
Mm-hmm.
Because some dude somewhere decided, I've got money in LeBron going to Cleveland. I know he's not coming here. I can just...
Yeah.
The fact that I even have to think about that is insane. Prediction markets need to go. Like, federally banned.
I'm ready to get rid of gambling, period.
Quick note, you can go right onto the 105.1 The Fan YouTube page and see that a LeBron James Portland Trailblazers introductory press conference is upcoming.
Yes.
Thank you, Jackson.
Now, I did like that. I thought that was a great move.
Have some fun with that.
Good job, amigo. The fact that not every team hasn't done this is surprising to me.
Yeah, but it's all very dumb. But here's the other thing. Like, once LeBron signs, expect to see 9 to a dozen players sign. Not on a single team, but like, it is holding up a lot of guys.
It sure is. In that final roster. I mean, the Blazers have a final roster spot.
It's not just that, but it's all like just around.
But I mean, a lot of teams are kind of like that.
Yeah, other guys are waiting. It's holding up business. It's holding up deals. It's also holding up the ability to make the schedule because they know it's his freaking retirement tour.
I know, and if you're Adam Silver, like, just call LeBron.
You don't need to do it out loud.
Yeah, just talk to him. Just be like, hey, man, this league's been very, very good to you for a long time. And you've been very, very good to us. You know where you're going, bro. Just do it.
He wants his news cycles.
But, like...
And these are the things about LeBron James.
And again, that's the ESPN of it all that's willing to just continue to Aaron Rodgers, Brett Favre, LeBron James this thing as long as they want. But it's also, guys, like, the rest of us are exhausted.
They don't care. It is what it is.
Let's get to web gems, all right? Let's have a little fun, okay, before we ruin the rest of our hour of our day and maybe change that number behind me.
Maybe.
It is a 10 toes down. Don't forget that. 503-864-6326. Got some coming in. We'll get to that at 12:15 and 12:30. Closing arguments in the final hour, but web gems is next. 105.1 The Fan. All right, everybody's favorite web gems do it every single day at 11:45. Hey, that's not bad. Not bad today. Coming up next on the Big Nooner, we will get into some county talk as they are, doing county things currently, and a 10 Toes Down kind of Thursday. So we'll have a little bit of fun in the final hour of the program today, and then closing arguments to send you on your way. Now, Danny, Web Gems is brought to you by my alma mater, Washington State University. I promise this is not a pro-Coug segment.
Is this a Cosmic Crisp?
This is not a Cosmic
Okay.
Crisp. This is not Cougar Gold. This is not one of the litany of amazing things we do at Washington State. Nothing to do with the fact that it's the greatest university on planet Earth. This is more of something that came across that
Is it the greatest university in Washington?
Yes, easily.
Is it?
It depends on the department.
What department are you better?
We have an amazing veterinarian school.
Okay.
We have an amazing communication school. Good night and good luck is Edward R. Murrow, if you've heard of him.
Remind me real quick. Is there more than one institution that claims Edward R. Murrow?
I don't know. Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What else do we got? Our food science is really great.
There you go.
Because wheat research. Our chemistry program is also really good.
The agriculture
Yeah.
is really good out there.
We got a lot of good stuff out
No,
there.
I'm not anti. I'm just saying.
We are not anesthesiologists.
Yeah, I was saying,
I'll give you that.
Medical school at UW's like one of the best in the country.
Yes, we are not anesthesiologists. No. However, the vet school, especially for farm animals, is fantastic.
Legitimately, if I was going to change careers, like that would be one of the careers I would try to go down. Anesthesiologist.
My oldest wants to be an anesthesiologist, and I'm like, do it, girl.
Do you know how much money?
Do it, girl.
Do you know how much
Great
money you
money.
make for how little time you
Yeah,
work?
pretty
It is
great.
staggering.
But this news came out, and I'm just curious people's thoughts on this and if it actually works. So, Gesa Field at Martin Stadium is where we play football. Right there on campus. Beautiful. Thank you to the Pac-12 deal. We were able to put a lot of money into the stadium. The stadium's a really cool place to be. Very, very intimate. Dare I say one of the most intimate on the West Coast. Washington State is swapping sidelines. So where the home team has been for my entire life was on the north side.
Okay.
And the student section was behind. Half of it is the student section. The other half starts to bleed into away fans.
Okay.
And then in the east end of the stadium is like a designated away section with the band that sits there from the traveling team. And then the south side, where the press box is, that is a lot of the alumni, a lot of the season ticket holders. They are deciding to swap the home sidelines to the season ticket press box sides.
Why?
I think the idea is to put the student section and the away fans in front of the visitor sideline.
I like that move.
Okay.
Also,
I like that move a lot.
I didn't read this in the article. I didn't see anything about that because, let's see. WSU Vice President Director of Athletics John Harlow said, quote, "Our students are a vital part of the atmosphere, and this change will help create even more energy at Gesa Field alongside our new fan enhancements. We also want to be respectful of our loyal season ticket holders who may wish to relocate, and we'll do our best to accommodate those requests. We're excited for a great season and expect Gesa Field to be electric come September 19th. Go Cougs." Now, I will say this. From a Sun standpoint, give me the south side. North side takes it. Dude, I've been a student hammered at Wazoo games. The heat doesn't help in September.
Yeah.
Does not help in September.
One thing I was wondering was like, because it's a East-West stadium.
It is an East-West stadium.
Which is nice for the view, I guess.
What view?
Yeah, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
not a lot of views when you sit on top of the mountain of rolling plains.
yeah, but I mean, like now the sun at the late afternoon games is hammering somebody in the face. Like, aren't those fields supposed to be north?
And that is now the
fields?
visitor side.
Oh, okay. Interesting how that works.
But I'm just curious, like
but
you have
beyond that, like you said, the thing in this, and I'm looking at it, like the single game tickets go on sale next week.
Mm-hmm.
So what happens if you want to change tickets and you're a longtime season ticket holder and somebody's
the
in your
logistics
spot?
seem like they're going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, someone's going to have to figure this
You're
out.
going to tell somebody else, like, no. Meanwhile, the people who have been season ticket holders for 40 years on that side or whatever are going to go, but I want to be on my team's side. And so you can't do that now?
Well, they're saying they're going to work with you and try to figure it out. Now, again, I think you and Casey are bringing up a good point. The logistics of that may be a nightmare. I'm just curious for those college football fans out there, like you Duck fans, you Beaver fans, whether you get a renovated stadium or which Reeser is completely different. It feels like now. Martin Stadium still got a lot of the same bones as from when I was in school there. But if you're a Duck fan at Autzen, if you're at the Mistake by the Lake at Montlake in Seattle, how much do you cling to the tradition and nostalgia versus looking at, I think on paper this is a great idea, but I've always sat behind the Coug sideline.
Yeah.
I've always sat behind. Even sometimes when I go back, I sneak myself into the student section.
What's the
just because you're with your people. Less people are mad if you yell and you're drunk. So you kind of go back with your brethren. Are you able to lose that nostalgia? I don't know where I sit on this in terms of how I feel about the nostalgia. In terms of game day atmosphere, let those students rain on those dudes.
Yeah.
Now, don't give me this. Don't do what people do to BYU. I don't want that.
No.
I don't want that. But let those students get after them.
Well, I mean, look.
But is that worth the logistical nightmare?
It's not my logistical nightmare, so I don't have an opinion on that. Which is easy for me to say.
Look, every school does their own thing. Everybody outside of USC hates our band with a fiery passion of 1,000 suns.
It's annoying.
And I get it. It's 77 times a game.
It's super annoying.
I get it. And you know what Oregon started doing with them?
Up top.
They pointed to the very top corner and said,
pal.
up there.
We don't have one of those at Martin Stadium.
But you mean they put them so far above and away, it was like you could hear it trickle down to the field.
We're pretty far away from stuff at Reeser. We were in the Wazoo section.
Oh, yeah?
We're pretty good ways away.
Yeah, no. But
there is no ways away at Martin Stadium.
No. Memorial Coliseum, it's 100 years old, so it's
huge.
It's way out. So, but it's a home game for us. Where's USC's band? Front row, baby.
Right, but if
game
Will
day
Ferrell and Snoop Dogg and George Lucas aren't on the sidelines like they normally are, and then the other side, does that create a weird feeling? Is it something you'll get over quickly?
Yeah, that would be
Ducks would never change sideline because of the way Autzen is built.
Yeah.
It's kind of got that noise vacuum, that
designed
tunnel.
that way,
It's
yeah.
designed that way. So maybe Autzen's a bad example, but if all things are created equally, how long until you get over it? Or does it piss you off for a while? Or is it something you just go, back in my day, we used to be over there.
It is a little weird
Walked uphill both ways
to
in the
not
snow.
have it raining
I've actually
down.
done.
But Autzen's student section is Oregon sideline, right? In that corner.
Yep.
In the end zone.
Yep.
So it's closer to the Oregon sideline.
I haven't been to Autzen enough. I don't know.
Right?
It's the Jumbotron closest to the entrance
Yeah.
when you're walking in.
Yeah, right above the tunnel.
Right below that Jumbotron is where the student section is.
Yeah. So kind of splits the difference, but I think it leans towards the Oregon sideline. Am I crazy? I've been there.
No,
times.
it leans towards the Oregon side.
Yeah.
It's leaning pretty much the start of the tunnel where Oregon players exit out going up.
100%. Okay.
I also can't help but think when somebody like Washington State does something like this, that yes, this logistics might be a nightmare, but I think they're looking, and I could be wrong. This is just me shooting darts right now. I feel like they're thinking about little easy tweaks that might cause problems internally that they can figure out.
But maybe enhanced game day experience.
Enhanced game day experience. Why? To push yourself to be one of the top programs in your new conference and looking around the landscape.
Hey, this is mostly free. It just takes the manpower of logistics to get this sorted the first time. And
Exactly.
then we're free and clear of it. And
Exactly.
It's a change that financially isn't going to cost you much.
And instead of somebody saying, man, you ever been to Pullman? Dude, it sucks to go up there. And it sucks because it's in the middle of nowhere and it's cold. No. It sucks to go there because it's like jump around in Madison. Because it's shout at Autzen.
Nobody's ever said that Pullman's a difficult place to go to because of the crowd.
How are the quality of the
back
seats?
in the day it was nice, but no, been a long time.
How are the quality of the actual seats on that side where they're putting the student section?
They're bleachers. They're metal bleachers.
You made it real easy. So if you want to,
it's
renovate
mostly metal bleachers in that entire stadium.
But again, if you want to renovate and upgrade your season ticket holders, you've made it a lot easier because now you've just put everyone on bleachers.
And I actually think most of the people where the season ticket holders are, most of those people are on where the new home sideline's going to.
There you go.
Wouldn't you rather sit behind your team? I think you're looking at less people needing to move and other people who are stoked
Yeah.
Absolutely jacked. Oh, we're on Cougs sideline now? Dope. Now it all depends. Do you like looking across the field and seeing what your team's doing, or do you want to look down in front of you and see what your team's doing? You like the back of the head or the front of the face?
Yeah, well, I'll let that one go. But it's one of those things where I guess I never really thought about it.
Yeah, it just came across, and again, I don't mean this as a wazoo thing. I mean it more, it's just, does that enhance the game day experience? And in the new Pac-12...
I mean, I want to sit with my peeps.
In the new Pac-12, in the new G6 world, where if this super conference does come around, they might need to grab a couple people to fill it out. And if I show you I've got a dope stadium with a sweet crowd, putting money into it, making it a tough place to play.
They're trying something.
Like it's in the super conference, and this week, Ohio State's at Washington State. You know what I want someone to say? I mean, Ohio State's going to win that game, but man, playing in Pullman sucks.
For reasons other than it's in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly. For reasons other than, dude, their students are jerks. You know, that would be awesome, and that would run wild.
No, I mean, I love that.
Let's get to it.
Yeah, I haven't got any other further updates, but the updates that I have suck. So
there's a little bit of updates coming out of the county in their vote for their portion of the Moda Center renovations. The big nooner is next. 105.1 The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers mounted a late comeback to draw against FC Dallas last night, 2-2. Second half surge from the Timbers was sparked by Christopher Velda's substitution as Kevin Kelsey and Felipe Mora. They scored the goals for the Timbers in the draw, as the Timbers are back in action this Saturday, hosting Real Salt Lake inside Providence Park at 7:30. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire fell to the Dallas Wings 101-97 last night before the WNBA All-Star break. Fire nearly mounted the fourth quarter comeback, but it was Jessica Shepard for the Wings who knocked down the game-clinching free throws. She finished with her fifth triple-double of her career, posting 18 points, 15 boards, and 10 assists in the contest. Fire are off until the 28th, but make sure to catch Bridget Carlton in the three-point contest this Friday, as she will make franchise history as the first Fire representative to compete in an all-star event. And finally, some NFL news for you, as first overall pick Fernando Mendoza has officially signed his deal with the Raiders. It's a 4-year, $57.3 million contract that is fully guaranteed. The Raiders have now signed all of their 10 draft picks from the 2026 draft class. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Your home for Seahawks football. The Fan.
Made it to the Big Nooner, friends. 105.1 The Fan, the firm of Harrison Marang. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your day. You should know by now that after us, we'll toss it over to Luke Anderson. He's got a bonus hour and the Fan Happy Hour from 1 to 3, and then we'll kick it to the primetime boys, 3 to 7, taking you all the way home, finishing up 13 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio. We were in a position, it is a 10 toes down Thursday, by the way, 503-864-6326. You ask the questions, Danny and I answer them unequivocally. No wishy-washy, no vacillating. It can be about your home life. It can be about the Blazers. It can be about, is Denny Avdia a power forward? It can be whatever you want. Is Damian Lillard a top 5 shooter of all time? You can hit us with that, or, we can talk about food. You guys know we love food.
Always there.
I got a food one on there, so we're good to go on that. We'll do that in about 15 minutes or so. We were supposed to, at 9:30, get the county news. That was probably going to dominate our show today.
It's
but
12:05.
They've been vacillating over there. Grandstanding, for lack of better terms. But, as we talked a little bit about the city council, and we have addressed this all week, the city council has started to delay things and made this a circus and made this a court of public opinion. But guess what? The county said, oh, no, we want a part of this too. Nobody forget about us. We want to be a part of this too.
No, let me go ahead and manufacture some power that we don't have.
So the county is currently at their vote to say yes. Now, a logistical part of this, Danny, I believe you said this. Correct me if I'm wrong, as we've been talking about it in the breaks. The city can't vote until the council has decided their end, correct? Does it go in that line of order? State has said yes, then county says yes, then city votes.
So let's roll this back. Okay. The state has already granted the $365 million SB 1501. That's done.
Has to be approved by December 31st, or that goes back to a vote again.
Yes. And as of right now, there's no reason for any of that to change at the state level.
Nope.
Both political parties are like, we're not dumb, and we're not going to go ahead and put this up as a thing for a piece. Again, I'll keep reiterating this point. There's a gubernatorial election, and it's right now
pretty tight.
The polls that just came out last week have a Republican leading by 4 points for the first time in like 50 years.
It's pretty tight over there.
So if you think that a current sitting Democratic governor wants to have this on the table to be weaponized, you are out of your freaking mind. So, and again, I don't care what political side you sit on. You can just look at that and go, you know what doesn't want to be used against them as a political party? Either side, this.
No, not at all.
So they're like, hey guys, neither of us want this. Let's go ahead and let's move on.
So the county's been in session for the last 3 hours, basically, trying to figure this out, and they've been kind of been wishy-washy and pushing it aside.
There's not even wishy-washy. One county commissioner wanted to try to flaunt fake political power and say, no. We want to have our vote on August 13th, the day after, so we can have our say. Well, the city can't send the term sheet unless the county has agreed to it. So you can't have your vote on 8/12 because you know why, county? You're giving less money and you matter less.
It is not a ton of money.
It's $88 million.
It is not a ton of money. And
It's fake political grandstanding nonsense.
You know what?
The county commissioner who did this, there's plenty of out there that she wants to run for chair. So she wants to sit out there and have her name out there and saber rattle and be just ridiculous.
Is that this Vega Peterson?
No, she's the current county chair member. This is Julia Brim Edwards.
Oh, but I mean, Vega Peterson is on the county.
Yes, but she is the current chair.
Okay.
Brim Edwards, JBE, is the one who
wants to become the future.
Yes. And so she can sit out there and say, I went to bat for you. I supported you. Everybody that I have talked to currently believes that even with the grandstanding of two members of the county commission, it would go 3-2 in favor of getting this done. So this is all grandstanding to grandstand. And I texting back and forth with people in the room right now, and one of the county chairs went out there and basically laid it out with, we can't do this. You can't. And from multiple people in the room now is like, there is some sanity being spoken over the room, and we might actually get this taken care of the way that needs to be taken care of. And some semblance of normalcy and level-headedness is prevailing right now.
The number one on days since bad news is going to stay there. At this moment.
As of right now.
As of right now, it's going to stay.
Not without somebody trying to
turn it to a
zero. Celebrate the little victories, guys.
You know what? I think I have found there. I think there is one person in this whole situation that looks great. I think it's Mayor Keith Wilson. I think he has been the most adult.
Yes.
That includes Dad. That includes the Blazers in this. I think Mayor Wilson is going to come out on top of this.
Look, there's not a major...
Whether you disagree with him or not in voting yes, being the tiebreaker of yes, fund it, the fact that he's handled it correctly, or maybe not correctly is the right term,
as an
professionally,
adult, yes,
has been really good.
Look, there is not a major metroplex in this country with a mayor with less power than in the city of Portland.
It's the truth. They stripped a lot of that away.
And it was bad before this. It was bad before this.
I grew up in a town where the mayor had a ton of power.
Well, mayors in most major cities have a ton of power.
Yeah, like Farrah Katz used to have a ton of power in this town.
They stripped that all away, 20 years ago? But I want to go with Wilson.
Sure.
I disagree with a lot of his politics.
I know you do.
But on the economic side of things, I think he's pretty centrist.
Let's also not forget that they moved to ranked choice voting. And don't get me started on ranked choice voting. They went to that. He was not the number one.
No,
but through ranked choice he won.
But because the reason he wasn't is because his economic policies were lived in the middle.
Counties, okay? Counties represent more than just a city, right? Multnomah County, for example, represents more than just Portland. There's more than just the city of Portland. In that county. Another thing that Mayor Keith Wilson posted on his Instagram account is this from the Metropolitan Mayors Consortium. It is a letter written by Chair Lacey, again, I'm sorry if I mispronounce your names, Lacey Beatty and Vice Chair Joe Buck on behalf of the Metropolitan Mayors Consortium.
Joe Buck?
It says Joe Buck. Welcome to Portland, bud. I'll buy you a beer. It is to Dear Governor Kotek, Mayor Wilson, and Chair Vega Peterson, okay? And it goes through, and we represent 24 cities in the metropolitan area, 1.7 million Oregonians, our communities, and it kind of talks about how we're all in one and we all represent.
Basically the staggering majority of Oregonians.
This is who the Metropolitan Mayors Consortium all vote yes. If they had a vote, this is their approval on yes for the Blazers Moda Center renovations. These are the cities they represent. Beaverton, Canby, Cornelius, Durham, Fairview, Forest Grove, Gladstone, Gresham, Happy Valley, Hillsborough, King City, Lake Oswego, Maywood Park, Milwaukee, North Plains, Oregon City, Portland, Sherwood, Tigard, Troutdale, Tualatin, West Lynn, Wilsonville, Wood Village. I know I normally do this, and I'm going to put it on its head. If I did not say the name of your city that you have a mayor in, honk your horn.
There you go. You just named
I don't hear anything.
the entire metro area.
Yeah.
You know why?
And hell, if you ask the Vancouver mayor, I bet you they're like, I mean, I know it's easy for me to say we don't have to put any money into it, but our answer would be yes as well. Because the Moda Center and the Blazers stimulate my city's economy.
Not just that. What is the point that we always bring up about Portland? What makes it so different from other major cities? It is a transient city.
Without a doubt.
It's people from suburbs going into the city.
That is not just for events and Blazers games, for work.
Bro, pull back the curtain a
Where
little
do
bit.
you live?
I live in Vancouver.
Where do I live? Wilsonville. Where do you live?
Tigard.
The staggering majority of the people that are out here, where do they live?
Beaverton, Hillsborough.
Not here.
Yeah.
It is a transient city. So, yeah, the thing that brings more people in is the thing that people want. And even beyond the economic impact, everybody wants to belabor the economic impact, and I understand it, and it's very real. The civic impact, I feel like, is drastically being undersold because that is something that matters. Dads and sons, mothers and daughters, brothers and sisters, aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents. You going into this season, you are going into the 50th anniversary of this franchise's only title. Damian Lillard is making his return. John Morant just got traded to this team. Denny Avdia just came off his first All-Star appearance. You just made the playoffs for the first time in 5 years. And instead of celebrating a single one of those things, we're sitting here having our heads kicked in by a bunch of grandstanding I want to say something I can't say.
Easy ride.
For
easy
what?
Ride.
For what? And it's just like, bro, I don't care about your political aspirations. Get out of the way. If you have an actual argument, fine.
I haven't heard one yet.
That's the thing. I haven't heard one that stands up any kind of review. Not one. If you're sitting here telling me you want a red line on every single item, then you better be writing your council person right now, or you've better been done it for the last 5, 10, 12 years. Because like Casey said, keep that same energy, man. I'm tired of it. It's just...
I'm tired, too.
I'm tired, boss.
Like, literally, I'm tired.
No, we talked about this off air. I was like, this is what it was like during the tanking season. Like,
this has got to be way worse. No, that at least is on the court.
It was 2 years of it.
Well, yeah, but at least we can talk about basketball. When was the last time we talked about basketball, Danny?
Well, that's the problem. Is that basketball's not going on.
I know, but like somebody posted in the YouTube. I got a good kick out of it. It was like, y'all should send a gift to Tom Dundon for creating awesome content in the summer. Otherwise, we'd be talking about top 10 power forwards in Blazer history. And you're right, but we'd probably have been talking about 5 guards and 5 centers. Danny, we haven't really touched that.
No.
We haven't really touched, and that's a big bleeping deal.
Brother, it's the late July, and we haven't done a single listicle.
Right now, well, I also don't like listicles.
But I mean, look, man, late July, early August,
I get
you start reaching into them.
Oh, I get it. But baby, we're in the home stretch. All right. We might make it. We might make it. But it's true, you know what? Personally, I have more issues with roster. I heard Sprague say this. I'm right there with him. I have more issues with roster construction than I do Moda Center renovations. Because I think it's going to pass. The Blazers aren't going anywhere. City's going to... This is all going to come together, and it's going to be a blip in the radar, and we'll all move on. I have way more basketball issues with this team than I do Moda Center issues. It's not even close, in my opinion. Yeah, it's not even close, in terms of my level of concern, Dare I say I'm worried this team might be worse than last year.
I do want to bring this up. Kate Lieber confirmed, this is from Right Guys Way on Twitter, something that's been said in private, and we've talked about this off air. The NBA told the state, the mayor, and the county chair that if those 3 approved renovation funding around $600 million, it would encourage the incoming owner to sit down and negotiate.
Yeah.
Basically, put the money there and
figure it out later.
Adam Silver and his team will lean on Tom Dunn to be like, dog, you got the money, shut up and go.
Easy.
Which is why I'm like, just do it, and you'll probably get some of the things you want. Mm-hmm. Now, the rent is going to come down. The labor stuff, it's probably going to be a lot looser than you want.
Yeah.
but it's going to get done. And you can sit there and say you got a deal done instead of being the D-bag who got up there and acted like a fool for months and got nothing out of it.
Let's take a breather. You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. The number stays at 1. Now, we'll wait and keep you updated if the vote does go to a vote.
Yeah, so give me like 25 more minutes.
Yeah, if it does come to a vote while we're still on the air, we will give that to you. Otherwise, take a peek at the fan happy hour or prime time for your update on that. When we come back, it's 10 Toes Down Thursday. You ask the questions. No wishy-washy over here. 503-864-6326. Next, that's Danny. I'm Patrick. 105.1 The Fan.
The new
10 toes down, amigos. You ask the questions. Danny and I answer them unequivocally. Trying to be in a positive mood here. It's such a great night at Providence Park last night.
Don't let
Some nice pulled pork.
Oh, do you go pulled pork?
They went pulled pork for dinner last night.
Nice.
It's a nice go-to staple there. Usually pretty good.
I had my men's group on Wednesday night, and it's in this massive property in Sherwood. Had a big fire going, and
outdoor fire, huh?
Outdoor fire in a enclosed fire pit.
Yeah,
with a gas starter.
Ooh, that's a Saturday night, baby.
It's quite
on
the
a school night, Danny, huh?
And with the thunderstorms getting ready, the skies were awesome, and then it started. We were texting back and forth. Lightning was cracking over the top of us, and we're like, "This is pretty rad." And then somebody had to say, "Hey, somebody got struck by lightning at Oregon Golf Club 2 weeks ago," and we're like,
"Okay, not so cool."
And then it started to sprinkle just a little bit, and we're like, "Hey, should we move inside?" And as we started to move, it started to pour for about 2 minutes, and we're like, we made a good choice.
Made a good choice. There was lightning starting to flash last night during the game. I learned something, that a lightning weather delay, the lightning must be within 8 miles.
So it was right on the edge of that.
Had to have been on the cusp because, again, the weather delay, I got in my car and started listening to Sussman on the postgame, and it was like 10 minutes, 15 minutes after the game ended that a weather delay had hit. But the game was over, so we avoided it. But there was a couple times you could see to the north, the press boxes on the west side of the stadium, you could see to the north, and you could see the lightning crack. And what was really cool yesterday, the lightning cracked. You do the 1, 2. I wasn't really counting because I was watching the game. And when thunder hit, Pipe Mora scored a goal to tie the game 2-2.
Oh, nice.
Thunderstruck.
There you go. I like that.
Yeah,
we had the sky lit up basically directly above us, and I did the count, and it was like, what? And it was the thunder hit. I was like,
oh boy,
oh, that's right over the top of us. Sometimes you I mean, it looks close, but it was like it lit up above us. It was like, oh, it's sunny out.
I've got a buddy who lives not too far from here, where he took a time-lapse photo and got a beautiful shot of just 3 lightning strikes just coming down.
Oh, coming down?
Oh, it's sweet.
We weren't getting it coming down. It was the lightning in the sky. You know what I mean? Where it just cracks across the sky. That's what we were getting. It was, I got to say, we don't get thunderstorms here very often, but, man, they're rad.
The problem is they scored 2 goals last night, and on the second goal, the wind had completely died. So the gunpowder fireworks smell that you get from lit off
just sat there,
smoke bombs and things like that, because we don't really do fireworks there. It's not live fire. It's not like the fire sticks that those idiots up north do. It's just like the green smoke bombs.
Sure.
But it was getting stagnant, and the air was already kind of thick.
Yeah.
And so that made it really difficult.
Sulfur smell just starts to kick in a little bit.
Yeah, and we're already up high, and it's already kind of thick air, so it's a little rough.
Because I mean, NBA arenas now they do that light smoke. And they do it now because it makes the flash pop on photos.
It's because when back in the 80s they had that cigarette smoke lens.
You get this.
Dare I say, I'd rather have cigarette smoke than sulfur.
Yeah, well,
agreed.
You
10
get
toes
this,
down.
10 toes down.
What's up, buddy? We got something in common over there.
It was kind of funny. I was driving the other day, and Tiff and I looked over. The guy was just ripping a heater on the street corner. We both kind of looked at each other like, I mean, terrible for you, but good for you. Like. Smoke a cigarette like a real man.
I saw someone ripping one with the windows up on their way to work this morning.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's...
Hanging from the lip?
Hanging from the lip.
Yeah.
This was one where I was like, oh, the windows are up. They're just cooking in there.
10 toes down, you can have one installed at your house for free. A giant outdoor barbecue pit, a wood fire brick pizza oven, an industrial deep fryer, or an outdoor tandoor oven. Yeah.
Ooh, all of the above.
Right.
I don't
think I might have to take the wood fire.
I don't eat fried food because it's such a pain in the butt.
Because cleaning up all that excess oil.
Having that outdoor might be kind of dope.
And I don't even know if it needs to be outdoor. It's just installed in your house. So it can be indoor. Because you're on to something here,
You
Danny.
still have to swap out that oil.
Understood, but that's actually not as hard as it sounds. I've done it many, many, many times.
Yeah, but it's still
you get a
gross.
system and you can do it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, do I get the one that has a system on it? Like, I can drain it and have it not be a problem. Because if we're talking like...
When Patrick makes his world-famous fried rice, pork fried rice, the wife will pan fry up some pot stickers.
Sure.
Some like TJ's pot stickers just because they're easy that way. And the splash from the pan is not fun.
No.
It's not fun at all.
No.
So having that fryer, you just drop in for a minute, 2 minutes, pull up.
The idea of, like, again, if I had all the money in the world, like my outdoor eating area would look like a kitchen in a mansion. Like I want like a giant covered, I want a barbecue, a Traeger, wood fire. I want all of the things.
So if you've ever seen, there's a guy on Instagram who just cooks a bunch of chicken and fish and shrimp in the South, and what he does, he has this big vat.
The crank
big
down,
crank vat. That'll be sitting in my backyard.
Yeah, like if you're telling me I've got something like where the disposal is easy, the maintenance is easy, the drain is easy, I wouldn't use it as frequently as I would use the other three, but having that, I think that's the game changer there.
I think my answer is the tandoor oven.
I mean, that's
because you can do bread products and meat products, and I think that's kind of a big game changer.
It is.
You want to make naan or pita,
but on the barbecue side, if we're talking barbecue pit, are we getting like?
Oh, I think you're.
Are we getting the stove like full roller?
I think you're talking about the whole shebang.
Because if we're talking that's also a game changer.
Put a chicken on some sort of rotisserie situation
with the ribs on the rack,
roasting a whole pig
with a brisket on the other. Like if we're talking that's going to be my choice. But if we're talking like functionality, purpose, and like again, not frequency, but like it just makes frying literally anything that much easier, I would go that route. But if we're talking full size barbecue, all of the things, I'm gonna go that way.
If we're talking frequency, I'm taking the pizza oven.
Yeah,
and
I'm using that every day.
I think the enticing thing about the pizza oven, at least for me, I'm curious, Case, if you follow this as well. I think the enticing thing for me in the pizza oven is I would get really good at making pizza. Like I would get really good at making one thing specifically, and I like that. I like versatility.
Sure,
but the idea of being like, dude, have you had Casey's?
I would become a
pizza.
sourdough king.
Right. You would start making all your own dough, making all your own sauces, locally sourcing all your ingredients. Like your pizza would literally be fire.
That property that I was at last night, they have one of those, a massive one. I've got another buddy who's got a smaller one. He's like, brother, you got to come over for some pizza. And I Dan, if you're listening, I do want to. It's all from scratch. Like they've got the wood-fired pizza. And I'm just like, oh, that'd be pretty good. Again, the best pizza I've ever had in my entire life was in Afghanistan, on a wood-fired pizza.
Amazing.
In a building that used to be a bomb depot that he converted into a tattoo shop / pizza parlor.
Love it.
And all the ingredients, the animals were literally outside. It was delicious.
503-864-6326 is the fan text line. Might be able to sneak a couple in. In fact, I got room for one. First one in gets it. We'll go there next. That's Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, your Portland Timbers mounted a late comeback to draw against FC Dallas last night, 2-2. Second half surge from the Timbers was sparked by a Christopher Velda substitution as Kevin Kelsey and Felipe Mora scored the goals for the Timbers in the draw. Timbers are back in action this Saturday as they'll host Real Salt Lake inside Providence Park at 7:30. Over to the WNBA as your Portland Fire fell to the Dallas Wings 101-97 before the WNBA All-Star break. Fire nearly mounted the fourth quarter comeback, but it was Jessica Shepard for the Wings who knocked down the game-clinching free throws. She finished with her fifth triple-double of her career, posting 18 points, 15 boards, and 10 assists in the contest. Fire are off until the 28th, but make sure to catch Bridget Carrollton in the three-point contest this Friday as she will make franchise history as the first Fire representative to compete in an all-star event. And finally, some NFL news for you as your first overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, has officially signed his deal with the Las Vegas Raiders. It's a 4-year, $57.3 million contract, fully guaranteed. The Raiders have now signed all of their 10 draft picks from the 2026 draft class. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of prime time.
out here in 10 Toes Down. You ask the questions, we answer. No messing around, no vacillating, no wishy-washy. Some cleanup from the last situation here. The pizza oven would also be nice because you could get a big thing of sourdough starter going, and like Casey was saying, and make a fresh, hot batch of baguettes every morning. That's nice. That's kind of why I chose the tandoor, was because I like the concept of being able to make like bread and meats.
Obviously I've mentioned it before. My fiance is big into baking. It's made me want to be like, do I become bread guy?
Bread guy. My wife can be bread guy.
I kind of want to be bread guy, but I want to do like savory breads. Great British Baking Show has been in the rotation pretty heavy, and every time they do the savory breads, I'm like, oh, I could get down.
I just saw someone do a peach cobbler loaf the other day.
Oh, see, don't get me wrong, that sounds good, but I want to go savory, not sweet.
Personally, as long as it has the filtration system for the oil, I'm going with the deep fryer. My reasoning is that as great as the other three would be, you can MacGyver some other appliances and materials to create similar results, but nothing can duplicate deep frying.
That's a
big
again,
one.
like it's the functionality of it. It's such a specific thing, even if you're not using it frequently. Like I shouldn't say, when I was younger, we used to do it all the time. We used to do the deep fried turkey, and a buddy of mine had a full-size keg that he converted into a giant fryer. And buddy, let me tell you, that thing just makes it so much easier. I was like, oh, you want to talk about a guy who MacGyvered something? He MacGyvered that thing to an extent that I didn't know possible, and it was awesome.
And lastly, on heaters, one of my guys always works with a dart in his mouth. I don't know how he can talk, work, and breathe without ever touching that thing. I'm always curious how he does that. Impressive. I've seen it.
I've got a guy who used
It's
to
amazing.
work for my dad for years. Used to put the butt in the back of his teeth. And he'd talk with it. It would just sit there in the back of his teeth. Never touched it. Again, my dad owns a CNC machine sale and repair firm. It's you're working with your hands a lot. And he would just sit there, it would never leave his mouth and even when he was done, just spit it out on the ground and stomp on it and then pick it up and throw it in the trash. The only time it was ever in his hand was when he lit it and when he picked it up off the ground. That's it. I was like, it's kind of impressive. Terrifying, but impressive.
Someone's been paying attention to me because this came across. 10 Toes Down. In order to lead a fulfilling and successful life, which is more important to have in your diet, mayonnaise or pineapple?
Pineapple.
Well, duh, but I hate both of them.
I love pineapple.
I can actually
10 toes down, pick one.
I can actually stomach mayonnaise better than pineapple.
Really?
Yeah, it's really strange.
Oh yeah.
But as far as the question, fulfilling and successful life, I'll take the pineapple.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm already fat enough, guys.
I like getting a fresh pineapple cutting up. It's a fair amount of work for what you're getting out of it sometimes, but fresh pineapple? Oh man.
My kids love pineapple. It makes me think of them.
Again, if you would have chose mayo, I would have said, well, next pina colada I'm serving you up.
With mayo?
No pineapple.
Yeah.
That's all mayo.
Oh, gross.
Oh.
And 10 Toes Down. The multiverse has ruined Marvel movies. You have to do homework to watch now.
You don't. 10 Toes Down. It did not.
Well, you don't have to do homework if you've seen everything.
Not even that.
So there's part of that.
You can go in. You can just go in and watch.
Just tell people that it's too complex for your little pea brain.
Yeah.
Well, okay, guys. Let's be nice to our listeners.
Have you not read a comic since 1960? This is not a new thing.
I have never read a comic in my life.
You did not read a comic book when you were a kid?
No, not my thing.
Really?
Again, these are the same people that want eight
not
different
against.
shows from Game of Thrones.
Not against. Just I was never a comic kid.
You never read a Star Wars comic?
Nope.
You've watched the cartoons, though.
Heck yeah. I love cartoons.
Which is a comic.
Oh, I mean, I guess I've read comics in newspapers.
Sure.
I mean, like Marvel comic books,
Yeah.
DC comic books.
Not
No.
one?
No, never.
You're younger, Case. You have, right?
I've got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right up my alley.
I feel like you're in the... Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like you're in the minority.
And the reason why I probably have the bandwidth for comic books is because I have an older brother and older people in my life who put me on the comics.
Yeah, I've read comic strips.
Sure.
Like I have all the Calvin and Hobbes books.
Yeah.
My kid reads them now. I've read comic strips.
Okay.
Marvel, DC, never read a comic book. Just not my thing.
That's crazy.
Now,
maybe I'm wrong, but I just feel like that's... Again, maybe my age is showing.
Now, this is something this is going to sound like I'm vacillating, but I'm not. I will start. 10 Toes Down, Multiverse has not ruined Marvel.
There you go.
Okay, because A, they're still making money off it, and B, the multiverse in my world, from what I have been exposed to, is really, to me, unique to Marvel. I don't want multiverse in Star Wars. I don't want multiverse in fill in the blank of any show or book that I read. I'm not interested in the multiverse. I find it to be an easy out. I find it to be a little cheap, if I'm being honest, but it has been a thing in Marvel since the dawn of Marvel.
Do you find it cheap in the sense that it leaves up way too much interpretation?
I think it's cheap in the sense that we can go wherever we want without any true consequences.
I just think when you have Marvel, it's, again, $1 billion franchise. You have thousands of creators that each want to put their mark on the storyline. I think that's just, you have to leave a lot of room.
This is the theater guy in me. When you have multiverse, there's no stakes. There's no desperation.
But the theater guy in
because you can change anything at any given time.
The theater guy in you is okay with modern adaptations of movies?
In what sense?
Take your pick. Recasting, change. Like The Odyssey just came out, and there's plenty of things that aren't true to The Odyssey.
It's also in English, not Greek.
Yeah, it's but no,
it's also a poem that's made up.
But you understand. But it's still a different take on it.
I don't mind different takes.
But that's what it is. That's basically what it is.
No, this is like understanding that Gamora died, but Gamora is here because it's a different Gamora from a different world. This is Tony Stark died, but he gets to play Doctor Doom because we decided in a different universe he came from a different universe.
Again,
and shows
it's because one director decided that I'm going to kill off Tony Stark in this universe, but every one of the creators is like,
yeah, interpretations.
How can you write Marvel without Iron Man?
Interpretations aren't multiverse.
But it's a different telling of it. They're just putting a different label on it.
But the Odyssey, for example, is a different telling of the Odyssey. It's not changing what the last Odyssey movie made.
It is, though.
The last Avengers movie I saw, this person, this person, this person, and this person is dead. Since then, I have seen movies in which those 4 people are still alive. The continuity is gone. The old Odyssey movie and the new Odyssey movie are not connected continuity-wise. They're only connected to the source material. These guys' source material goes wherever they want.
But that's the point.
Again, I'm anti-multiverse, but I think it's okay in Marvel, and I don't think it's ruined it.
It is
because it's their thing.
It is.
It's
in DC.
what they do.
It is in DC too.
Okay, well then it's what superheroes do.
Yeah, Flash has all of the different flashpoints, and
I know Batman's that way as well. And there's poor Batman and rich Batman and how his parents die. I get that. That's whatever. That's your guys' thing. I don't need it in everything else, but I don't think it's ruined Marvel.
Yeah, the whole idea
is what they do.
People are like, let me guess, the superhero movie, the good guy wins. I'm like, yeah, in the rom-com, the couple gets together. In the drama, somebody dies. It's like, or the thriller, somebody dies. Yeah,
there's going to be a jump scare.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Like, yeah, dog. That's the hook. The hook that has got literally millions of people who like it.
Gamora isn't from a different world. She was brought from the past of the same timeline. Okay, I'm done. I'm out.
What? So you're out on Back to the Future?
That's the
no. I'm just.
To be fair, that is the only character that I have multiversal issues with. Is the Gamora character?
She was killed by her dad.
She was killed by her dad.
She was killed by her dad.
She wasn't snapped off the face of the earth like the rest of the universe and brought back in Infinity War. That's not what happened.
Look,
she was thrown off a cliff.
I don't want multiverse and everything. In Marvel, DC, y'all can have it. I don't think it ruins it. I've seen all the movies, so I don't really have to catch up. And I've got enough nerdy friends that I can go, hey, why is Robert Downey Jr. in the new Avengers movie, but he's not Tony Stark? And my buddy gives me an explanation in 2 minutes, and we go back.
I'm thinking,
and we go back to drinking our beer.
Is that the Chris Evans, the Captain America, is the Captain America of every universe because he goes back in time and lives out the rest of his life.
See, have some fun with it.
I don't know if I'm going to be putting on this headset again.
Here I am trying to be whimsical, and you are poo-pooing it.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad. Keep digging.
That's too damn bad. Closing arguments is next. 105.1 The Fan. All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing arguments are brought to you by Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, presented by our friends at Leskin Law. For more information, visit leskinlaw.com. Coming up on the program tomorrow, Paul Dolan, no, not the Cleveland Guardians owner, Paul Dolan from Apple TV will join us and the Big Nooner. Talk a little Timbers as they drew with Dallas 2-2 yesterday. He was on the call for Apple TV and will be on the call as well for the Real Salt Lake game on Saturday. So you know what I'm going to ask him. If he's been in town for 4 days, what you getting into in Portland, Oregon, brother? I gots to know.
County Commission boards.
He's out there right now just going,
Wow, this sucks.
We'll look at some SEC Media Day, clean up some of that. Definitely going to get into some baseball. And the Steph Curry exhibit. The only living player to have an exhibit in the Hall of Fame.
Again,
or current player, I should say.
I slid it in there on the SMU side. Did you see that SMU named one of their athletic training buildings after Kevin Jennings, their current quarterback?
Yeah, I heard you say that yesterday, and I think we were in the middle of something, and I didn't want to lose my train of thought because I got a pea brain. You know, I lose focus. Squirrel. I lose focus really easily. Tell me more about this.
They got naming rights for the building for their current quarterback. They said, here's some money, dog. It's like, I saw this because one of the USC collectives quote tweeted it with some version of like, you can't wear number 55 at USC unless, you prove yourself in college first. You can't even wear the number. And meanwhile, you've got SMU giving naming rights out to a building on campus to their current quarterback. Like, it's just, again, you're talking about Washington State, like, hey, do this thing. SMU said, yeah, we're a private school. We can screw it.
Yeah, do whatever we want.
Like, you should just continue naming buildings on your campus after your quarterbacks.
Yeah, if you come play quarterback here, we rename it every year after you. Texas Tech's taking down Sorsby. Do we have an update on what's going on in county? No vote yet. We're still grandstanding. Dude, is this one of these things where they're going to be there until like 8 o'clock tonight?
The last update I had was 40 minutes ago. So
we're still just talking about it. Well, I promise you, whatever happens there, I'll bring that information to you tomorrow. You are out tomorrow.
I am out tomorrow, and I will not be back until the following Monday.
Yeah, so you're out all next week. I've got some fun stuff lined up. Case and I will take care of the duties tomorrow, Monday, and Tuesday.
Oh, wait. Yep. Wow.
You want me to hit it?
Yeah, no. Let me just read this. This is from Wright. Things are a little tense between Commissioner Moyer and Senator Lieber. Moyer says the county's proposed funding is outsized for their return in the long run. City's draft term sheet includes a $1 million payment each to city and county. City is proposing $120 million in the renovation compared to the $88 million for the county. One thing from the mayor, we lose support of MBA. A funding amount drops and jeopardizes the deal. Looking increasingly possible, a vote on the county's resolution doesn't happen today. Wipe it off.
Really?
I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
Well,
you keep doing it.
The question is that bad news?
Yes.
I don't know if it's bad
news. Because the grandstanding is going to continue.
Have they adjourned?
I don't have that yet. That update was literally a minute ago.
I will text Isaac Rupp.
There we go.
And I will have him
erase it?
I will have him erase it if he deems if the news breaks a 0. Fair? Fair?
Mm-hmm.
We're all good on this? Gestures around the room? Okay. One last thing on the multiverse. I love this text. You guys ever watch Daniel Tosh stand up? He said, how does Superman fly faster? I get that he can fly, but does he have different speeds? All I need is someone to come up to me after the show and explain that. And then I'll tell you what a female body part feels like. Nerds!
Says the guy who quoted the Daniel Tosh stand-up.
Totally truth. Totally truth. I forgot that guy existed.
Daniel Tosh hasn't done a stand-up special in 20 years.
I totally forgot that guy existed. Did he get canceled? Did we just not find him funny anymore? What's up with that dude?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B. But he's a great comedian.
I mean, that show was all right. I thought that show was okay. Nothing crazy, but I thought it was okay.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
I want more comedy shows in general.
Well, those shows don't exist anymore.
I know, that's the problem.
It's all like 10 seconds on TikTok and
the insane
Instagram
thing
Reels.
is, in today's world, beyond the outlandish stuff, like Chappelle's show would not exist today.
Well, that's because of content.
No, it would never get filmed.
No, that's what I mean. Like it wouldn't even get off the ground.
Yeah, well, the only reason,
despite it being the cultural zeitgeist of like peak Comedy Central.
Yeah, the only sketch comedy that continues to reign is Saturday Night Live, simply because they don't take it off. South Park, Simpsons.
And I will push back on that because, again, comedians have gotten a lot of their stuff greenlit. Shane Gillis has Tires, Bert Kreischer has a show, Tom Segura has a show. So, I mean, there are guys that are getting projects greenlit.
But not like that.
Yeah, probably not like that. Probably not like that at all.
White supremacist, like Bixby.
I'm sorry we couldn't give you more info on the county stuff going on, but maybe Luke can if it ends. Maybe Primetime can if it ends, and I'll definitely circle back for you tomorrow. Closing arguments are brought to you by Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, presented by our friends at Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Oregon Divorce Mediation Services, the alternative to divorce court. That's going to do it for us. Danny, I'll see you never. Have fun on your break, buddy.
First quasi-vacation, and God knows how long I'm working.
For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.